Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to week 4 here of season 6. My God, season 6, Blue. It's certainly been a crazy ride of Underlords Pro. Boom. Right off the back of a new patch as well. Blue, you had a week off. How'd you
Yep.
spend it?
It was a great week catching up on a lot of stuff, I've been missing out on, but at this point, back to the grind, back to the Underlords Pro. Absolutely right, especially straight into a new patch, as you mentioned. Looking through it, it's a bit interesting, right? A minor patch, but certainly of one or two big significant things I wanted to point out. We could talk about down the line, but at this point in time, going to be interested to see how they adapt to it. Maybe affecting one or two major strategies I'm seeing so often. So it'll
Um,
definitely be interesting how they adapt.
I'm a little curious to see how much this will shake things up. But before we do get into it, we have set out all the lobbies. So if you're a player here watching and you were assigned a lobby, you should be able to join it and get ready to go, since we should be moments away here from the start. Take a quick look at how things settled. Nope. Okay, I guess we're not going to take a look at how things settled. That's the wrong scoreboard. Never mind. But last week we had a lot of the same names in Group A. We will be following Group A today once more. And I wanted to show the scores, but apparently I'm going to have to go ask what the actual URL is of that. But Blue, we are 4 weeks into the season. We have some pretty significant league points accrued for most of the people, and apparently we're going. So sweet. Let's get into it. Oh
Let's
no, that is
get
not
right
right.
into it. And yeah, absolutely. A lot of points have been accumulated already. Quasar at 33, Exanim at 32. Right, a lot of these players already having such a high league point count at this point in time. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it will go about. It looks like Discord is actually struggling to load images, even if you're taking their link. So perhaps that's I think a root cause of most of these issues, but it should be fine for the time being. At the moment, we have
Eh,
a pretty stacked lobby.
it's not a big deal, but yeah, as you
Yeah.
said, with our first round here, looks like we just sat on SMD, who didn't open fort, but Explain we saw a lot of last week here in the top, and Quasar as well. So they're already going to be starting off in Group A, and we'll have to see how many familiar faces do join us a little bit later on. So, all right, Blue, I know that you had a week off. There was a patch, right? Let's talk a little bit about that as these first rounds kind of start resolving themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing I wanted to point out the most is actually probably going to be influencing a lot is the void nerf, right? The void nerf from 5% to 4%. Now, for a lot of the time, usually that kind of number adjustment may sound insignificant, but that means that the void has to proc roughly 5 more times to actually sort of guarantee the elimination. That's a lot of significant damage on a lot of these tanks. Brawnies used to fear these because that's 5% of their health pool immediately dropped. But with that nerf, 4%, that is, let's say if it was supposed to deal 100 damage, that would deal 80 instead, right? So that is quite significant
Woo!
damage drop, especially scaling upwards.
Yes, absolutely. 1% on a percentage-based alliance, is a significant hit time over time. You said Brawnies, so I immediately looked to see if anybody was running those Brawnies, and take a look at, I think we're calling him Cyrilix, yeah?
Yes.
Enbo.
Yeah.
There's two of them. Oh, no, there's only one. Okay. But Cyrilix, what a start for him. Not only that Ogre Cap is absolutely useless to him right now, for now. We'll see
Yep.
if we can get a Warlock into that later. But double Bristleback with a Beastmaster is a very fearsome start for him.
Absolutely. I'm not sure how his first round went, but he did not get any kills. So definitely we'll be see if I can follow up on the second round. But yes, so Brodies were probably the most affected by the Void addition to the roster of alliances because of that percentage-based damage. So that nerf to 1% does give them a little bit more leeway. I mean, it's actually quite a massive leeway. I can say a little bit, but that's a massive leeway, especially on again a scaling upwards for their HP pools.
Sorry, I just watched a Bloodseeker just absolutely melted, and the Legion Commander didn't do any better there. Always fun to see, but that's a very big Chaos Knight, so c'est la vie. So Blue, yeah, there. Not only did the Voids get hit, but Void with Templar, the Templar assassin, also got hit pretty hard. And she's been a mainstay for things like Hunter comps as well, because if you go into the Hunter Void, she brings the Vigilance. So that on
Yeah.
top of Void, on top of Mirana as well. These are big, key, influential units and heroes that we
Yeah.
use in majority of those kind of builds.
Yeah, exactly. Templar Assassin going from 4 attacks every 5 seconds to 3.5 every 5 seconds. That's a major difference there in terms of the numbers. That is basically an entire attack lost by that point, especially for Templar Assassin. And for the Vigilance Alliance, in fact, in total, right, as you mentioned, Marauder nerf, Ranger nerf as well. Not significantly for both of them, just a little bit of damage nerf. Sacred Arrow, just 200 damage nerf will be impactful down the line, but
Well,
definitely this bigger change on Templar Assassin will be more apparent.
how many times do you see that spear being thrown a match? 3, 4, 5 sometimes,
Uh,
right? That adds up.
yeah, that definitely does add up. That's around. Usually you see 2
Oof.
to 3 arrows maximum in a round. Of course, if the
Ooh.
round goes longer, maybe more. So we will probably see about a 400 or 600 damage net loss for the Marauder at most. So that will be a bit rough.
All right, so yeah, that's the majority of the hero changes when it comes to the patch. When it comes to items, there were 2 items affected, and Cyrilix here must just be on the same wavelength that we are. He picks up an armlet of Mordigian.
Oof.
I don't not know how to say that word. Mordigian, Mordigan, whatever.
I believe, yeah, it's Mordigan or Mordigian.
But
So either
armlet.
one.
Armlet got buffed. Kind of curious
did.
to see if people were going to take it, and immediately he just does with these brawnies.
And you also immediately see why people don't pick it either. So the Ogre Magi does not want really to lose HP very quickly. Now, obviously, the
Or
logic here is
does
that
he?
you know what, maybe. So so essentially, at this point in time, right, it's 100 HP tick reduction per second. Obviously, not Bloodseeker's not the greatest thing in the universe anymore, but still, you have to take into account a lot of factors such as how you want to really run this. If you put this on a bristleback, perhaps, right? If we do the math, 100 HP per second is 3% per second, which means it's gonna be dead in I don't know, roughly 30 seconds or even less than that, 20 seconds, I believe.
Plus, when he gets punched
25.
in the face, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So on Ogre Magi, who has only 1200 HP, half of that, bear in mind, he's losing 6% HP per second, which means he dies in 15 seconds at most. So
One
again, the HP, it's not that the buff is not significant, is that you have very little time to make use of it. In fact, the only use I have on it on top of my head is Lycan, because Lycan heals by metamorphosizing, and he can really use that hot attack damage to crit on top of the armor. And again, at the moment, armor just doesn't compensate for how much HP you'll lose so quickly.
Well, we're gonna leave Cyrilix to see how it all works out for him. We're gonna jump up to Queenan. Quenen.
I
He's
believe
first.
Kennen. Yeah.
Quenan, okay.
Yeah.
He's certainly doing well, 5-1 for record and streaking, and he actually does have a Bloodseeker. And again, we saw Bloodseeker kind of nerfed a little bit earlier on in the season. He definitely fell off a little bit too hard, in my opinion. But now that things are kind of leveling out, I have seen him at least once per lobby in the various tournaments that I've seen over the last 2 weeks.
But at this point, Bloodseeker has gone back to its normal habitat, which is being an early game unit, right? You're not gonna see it late game unless perhaps a 3-star, and even then, you have a hard time justifying its position in the late game. So yeah, I think people dropping it was a bit harsh. Obviously, still such a solid early game unit, but definitely not as crazy as it was beforehand. Luckily, no longer doing insane amounts of damage, not attacking
Ooh.
as fast as before as well.
This is a battle of the streaks.
Exactly.
Only
At the
one will
moment-
come out.
well, one will survive. Unfortunately, at the moment, I believe Tram has actually Tram. I don't know how that's pronounced. I'm not sure if that's French or another language. But yes,
That's
so
Vietnamese, is it not?
that's Vietnamese. Unfortunately, I can't tell. Unfortunately,
It's
I've
definitely not
seen
French. As a
Vietnamese written.
Canadian, I will tell you, it is not French.
It is not French. Okay, that's good to know. I just see dots on the top. I think European.
All good. So Quinnen will keep the streak there. Medium base actually now looks like he's going to be bringing one up here soon. But a few ogre caps, a few ogres, and there are 5 bloodbounds throughout this lobby. So that is a significantly higher expected lobby of bloodbounds to me than I saw last week. Blue.
Yeah. Ogre Cap is still so good in terms of the early game. Down the line, of course, if you're running Legion Commander or something along those lines, Warlock is such a good, I mean, it's such a good position because you can pair it with a lot of healers as well. I think Warlock is not one of those like Warlock has a very good set of alliances, and
Oof.
I think that's why he's run so often. That's why Blood Cap is so useful at the moment.
That Lycan heal was pretty clutch. You mentioned that, right? He's one of the
Yes.
the only heroes that can heal. Streak complete for Quinnen. So 8-1 cashes in on the net worth and will at least maintain lead for now at 98. So if you follow me here, Mr. Blue, as we have our Underlords coming, we're gonna hop down to explain because our Underlords also got some changes. We'll bring up the tab
Exactly.
here for everyone, but. An Essex, for an Essex, we got one Jewel, and I'm just going to call him Jewel because his title is Bejeweled, I think. So I'm just going to go with that. It says Bejeweled. I like my brain says Bejeweled, but like it makes some more sense to call him Jewel. So if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, I'm wrong. Just let me know.
It is in fact Jewel. I'm pretty sure. I think
I'm-
he refers to someone as Jewel.
Yeah, and I'm going to go
Or
with
does he
that
say
there as
Jewel?
well.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Hobgin's Friendly Fire got
Yep.
not the Friendly Fire actually got touched. It's his Implosion. That was buffed. But a Nesix and
Yes.
her attack damage was nerfed. It now ramps up to 35% rather than starts at 35%. So I was curious to see what the distribution would be, but it's still a majority a Nesix lobby.
Ironically enough, not even the Enthrall version, just the Demonic Golem version. Apparently, everybody else who perhaps maybe didn't get that option has switched to Anno, Jewel, or Hobgin, or perhaps just didn't want these in general, right? For their composition.
Medium base is the run with that. Oh, we were supposed to look at Explain. It looks like he lost, so whoops.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
I think I think an actually significant thing that wasn't in this patch, I think it was in the previous patch, was that the Friendly Fire now does full damage on every square it lands on,
Mhm.
rather than half on the surrounding vicinity. So these explosions are gonna kill somebody, if anybody, right? Obviously, the downside to Friendly Fire, even from its implementation, was its random base dropping, and the only way to fix that was obviously picking up something called, I believe, I don't remember what it's called anymore, but it allowed you to half the board width of which they dropped, which increased their, surface or their overtopping layering. But now it's just all over the board, which is a bit more rough because sometimes it hit once. It usually hits like you'd hope it hit more things, but sometimes it just hits like one or two.
Yeah, sometimes it just goes wide, and that's kind of the problem with artillery fire, even in real life. You got to be pinpoint accurate, and it's just not a weapon that does that. So I've stuck with Explain here, who is really taking hits. He is 1 in 10 now, Blue.
Yeah.
And these knights, like you got knights, trolls, you got healers in there, human, even the 2 bloodbound on your chaos knights, and that demon gives your legion commander a good amount of buff, but it's not hitting the mark, man. This guy is down half health in 12 rounds, and it's looking bleak.
I mean, we saw in the previous fight, he's just not omitting enough damage and also omitting not enough sustain, so he's getting the worst of both worlds. We'll get a decent engagement here against Quinn, and Quinn not running a lot of damage output here, only has the Arc Warden to account for because I like it, is only 1 star. The Golem will drop and will do a bit of damage, so it'll be a successful win for Explain here this time against Kidden. But Kidden's team, sort of pseudo early game, about to start falling off here.
Yeah, he's sitting at 3 summoner, 3 savage, 2 summoner, and it doesn't quite feel like that should win against knights, and it didn't, and that's going to be a breath of fresh air for Explain. I have to see, is there a Leg Breakers Fedora in it for him? Nah, of course not. So Battle Fury could go really well with a Knights comp, and he does pick it up.
He does pick it up.
Yep.
Absolutely. Battle Fury down the line could be put on a Sven. Now a tier 4, obviously, so gotta do some solid work. Actually picks up a Necrophos. There we go.
Well, that was satisfying.
And it's 7, hit 7 there on top of things, so he's just able to plug that right in. Doesn't have a Heartless, but That's fine. I want to go up to medium base for this round since he is streaking pretty hard, sitting at 90 health. Blue, he is double druid. He's bringing 2 druids to the table.
Yeah, we don't even have to leave because X-Blading will be engaging him this time. The Lifestealer as well with the Mask of Madness doing a lot of work, but luckily was Cascade shut down, and look at that Explosivo. Not enough damage output, and the duel gonna do a lot of work because of that Demon buff on top of that damage output and that heal. And this is where the Night comp seems to be stabilizing at this point. The Friendly Fire not gonna do enough damage, unfortunately, not enough damage output per second to compensate.
Dang. Well, base will not keep that streak, so rip him. But he's sitting at 9-4. Quentin will actually take lead again from that 10-3. But everybody lost the streak. I think it was Quasar. Quasar had a streak, but now he's going to be dead in the dumps. So we'll head back down to explain. Just keep an eye on him. Something I want to ask you, Blue, is Legion Commander, right? Legion Commander, 1 star, 14 rounds in, doesn't feel very impactful, doesn't really show up on the damage meters at a significant number. 20 dual damage with his Legion Commander. This 1-star Legion is feeling very bad right now.
Yeah, at the moment, Legion Commander, unfortunately for explaining, he's not fighting anything. The good news is that actually, at least the Legion Commander is winning every duel she's engaged in, which means that she gets dual damage, and then especially if a Sword Spirit just balls lightning into you, you can shut down quite a few of these assassin-esque units just by controlling them. As remember, you can't heal while you're being dueled. I believe both.
Negative
both
100%. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So neither player can heal in the middle of that, which means that Legion Commander can efficiently shut down something, especially something as pesky as an assassin.
So explain at the bottom of the rankings will be streaking. Just going to bring up the tab here quick since we have a few seconds, but a lot of singular demons out there, as you might expect. A bunch of those are with knights. So with the Heartless and with the knights, we're seeing a lot of shadow demons, a lot of chaos knights. But 2 Legion Commanders, that 1 Brawny, and as we just saw with, I'm not even going to try to pronounce Tram's name, it was Spirit's Insect. So it's a little varied here at round 15.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to see spirits paired with insects rather than mages. We'll see how that works down the line. Cyrillic will be against X-Blade here. Already has Static Storm available to him. Cyrillic does. Duel's gonna come out, but actually just gives more damage off to the Juggernaut. And look at this sustain. The Brownies are actually able to sustain through that, and the Quill Spray ups 2 units immediately. And there you have Mortimer's Kisses just melting through a lot of these knights. Only the healers left, and Static Storm gonna shut them down, securing the kills. On the rest of them, the Golem gonna try and pick off another thing, but it's not gonna work. Actually picks off the Sapphire beforehand, but still a lot of damage to explain, down to 42.
4 Brawnies. We said that a little bit early on, Cyrillic's, when he picked up these Brawnies, likely when you see an early pickup like that, they will be sticking with it. And 4 Brawnies brings him a 1,300 bonus health. You saw how they were able to survive and just sit there, take the damage, and outlast their opponents. 2 sets of bristlebacks, though. I thought they were double 2-star. It's just a 1-star. That's a little unfortunate for him. But those quills stack up to a very nasty degree, don't they?
They absolutely do. And just a lot of damage. I mean, the biggest part here is he has a Disruptor. That's pretty massive in terms of what he wants to do with a Brawny composition, as it's probably the best Brawny in the game, allowing you to disrupt, no pun intended, a lot of the things the opponent wants to do. And Static Storm going to be erupting here, trying to pick up the Blood Six in the front line, being unable to assist them by any means because of that silence. The Disruptor is dead now, unfortunately, so it will be just up to the Bristleback and the Beastmaster to do a lot of damage. Quill Spray and Mortimer's Kiss is actually going to pop so many things in the back, but the Golem again being so annoying. The Magnus being incredibly tanky as well, not helping the situation. And there's so many Arc Wardens, but Arc Wardens, you're feeding away a lot of Brawny kills, and look at that. He's going to chop through all of it. Juggernaut being so good at dealing damage with that blade.
Juggernaut actually not even picking up any of the kills. Might have put out the damage, it didn't get the kills. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect for Cyrillic.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right. Well, he's stabilizing around the 50 mark, explained down to 42 since we last saw him, but the top end of the lobby has taken a few hits. We're no longer anybody in the 80s or even the 70s at this point. So it's not a big spread from top to bottom, about 20 health between them.
Absolutely. We're in the 2020s, no 1980s, no 1970s, nothing along those lines. As, again, everyone is running sort of, well, a lot of different comps Trev definitely trying to make Spirit Assassin work there. But of course, right now on Cyrilix, we'll be against Quasar. Quasar, top of the board. As I mentioned, running that Knight strat has a 2-star Legion Commander to speak of, so we'll see how much damage he does. A 1-star Omni Knight, though, and a 1-star Abaddon, maybe the front line will be unsustainable, but oh my god, the Bristleback already picked off instantly. Static Storm gonna shut them down, just buy some time a little bit here, try to pick up the Necropump before that heal comes out, but it's too late. Gets that heal off, gonna try and sustain a lot more things. The Golem in the backline actually gonna deal with the Viper. The duel, again, gonna pick up both Bristleback. The Mortimer's Kiss is gonna get shut down because of that Chaos Bolt, gonna stop it in its tracks, so not even damage there. So Cyrilix will be punished. 11 damage going his way.
It's always funny to watch, like this two alliance monster, this brawny monster with Dragon with the Mortimer Kisses, right? Go up against something like an LC comp. I'm gonna flip over to Quasar just to show you what he was running, but it's I don't know if this is typical Rainbow. Maybe you can help me out on that one, Blue. But Knights, Heartless, the double heals with the Warlock healer, and then the 2 trolls and the Legion Commander on top of things. So this, I feel like, is probably the strongest Legion Commander you could have at this point.
Yes, this is the standard Rainbow combination for the side of a sort of a Knight strat, right? Another alliance here would probably be scaled if he could potentially get to that point with the Sven and +1, or a Viper, in fact. So we'll see, but obviously at the moment, no access to dragons nor scaled, so he'll be perfectly fine with that against Cannon, doing a lot of damage already. The Bloodseeker's going to try and do some work, but unfortunately, Bloodseekers this late in the game will not do as much work as you would hope for, because right now it's attacking a Manian rather than an actual hero, so he will go down pitifully there. Cannon will take 12.
12 from that. Oof. And Zex coming in, needs more Bloodbound, and then throws a subscription at us because guess what? Cannon was running more Bloodbound. Thanks so much there, Zex. Congratulations on your 4 months here with Underlords Pro. 4 months. You guys have been around a while. I only found you last month.
We've been around a very long time. It's been very fun going through a lot of these tournaments, especially as the game evolves. And speaking of evolving, a lot of 2 stars being popped up here.
Yeah, whoa.
Gauntlet of Origin of
Cyrilix?
Cyrilix?
Yeah, Cyrilix picked up a 2-star Legion Commander randomly.
And with an armlet as well, so I'm wondering how this will work because he doesn't have a demon buff to account for. He does have Bloodbound, but there is no heal except for the Warlock buff. And remember, Static Storm going to connect actually on the Anesix and the rest of her crew, especially the healing backline. But remember, the Leech Commander doesn't heal anyway, so that Vision is a bit of a negative thing, but doesn't matter because he has a Dragon buff. I completely forgot about that. So Stone Hall buff, I believe, Will of the Bull Snake, heals you whenever you win a duel. And look at that Leech Commander go. That's 120 damage extra, especially with the Bulldog contract as well. Applying that buff, trying to do as much damage as possible. Legion Commander, for the opposing side, though, explains Legion Commander is actually killing everything else, so it's going to be a Legion Commander v Legion Commander, but one of them is going to be tankier than the other. One will finally fall. Legion Commander on the side of Cyrilix is still alive. The Dazzle's going to finally kill that off, but Jewel is now going to try and hit tables into this Dazzle. Static Storm going to shut him down one last time. Heal Bomb going to do as much as possible, but Jewel is very tanky and will just dump a table into this Dazzle. Oh, not even get the chance. Disruptor will kill it. Forehand.
And again, you want those kills to be landing on these Brawnies. So Legion Commander being at 4, Disruptor, Beastmaster, Jewel did actually snag one away. But yeah, all right. I wasn't entirely too sure where the Brawnies were going to go, but Legion Commander double Warlock with the double Dragon, of course, with the Viper there as well. So boom. There you go. All of those will work for the Legion Commander, and every time she gets a kill, it adds it to the pot. So, all right. Just a random 2-star commander out of nowhere. Good job, Cyrilix.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be interesting how it goes. Oh, 3Duck is actually running this Hunter. We haven't mentioned him a little bit more often, but he finally gets up and do some running that Hunter Vigilance composition. Has the act in the front line as well to do some damage. I'm going to Digit. Certainly not going to be in favor. Static Storm going to shut that down. Though no dunk available here. The heal from the Will of the Bull Snake again doing so much favors for the Legion Commander, but the Soul Gaze not doing so much either because the freeze, the Stone Gaze going to shut down a lot of these units. Static Storm going to kill off more units as well. Gonna prevent a lot of this Hunter strategy from doing its work. The Shadow Demon finally getting Demonic Purge off. Legion Commander's gonna fall. Just Jewel though, and that will not be enough. Marauder in the backline doing a lot of damage, and the Magnus not taking enough damage back.
3-star druids, man. Like they come out of nowhere. You're just like, okay, everyone has 2-star, 2-star, and then you run into somebody running a druid bonus, and in this case, there's only 2 players. 3Ducto, one of them. It really does add another layer of damage and survivability. into the mix there. So I'm actually on 3 Ducto right now. He picks up a Dagon. Wasn't the best of choices to choose from, but a Dagon on the tree. Don't exactly feel like that's where he wanted to put that, but c'est la vie, right? Now,
Absolutely.
you talked about Hunters, you talked about Vigilant, right? We talked about Mirana a little bit earlier on, right? Still doing okay damage, 9K, top of the board there for Reducto. But if we are going to be going into Voids, and we already got 2 of them on the board already, right? There has to be a Templar Assassin coming down the line.
Absolutely, and there's a 2-star Enigma on this board for 3 deck. We'll see if Explain will beat him again. Apparently, he wanted a rematch. BKB on the Legion Commander instead of Armor Legion's going to try to push forward against this axe. The axe actually, unfortunately, being able to do nothing because that duel will make sure that he will be eliminating the Enigma. Gonna finally give time the midnight pulse on top of the healers, but not sure how much that will do. In fact, he's doing absolutely nothing. The gold will be traded, but the Legion Commander getting picked off here. Stone Gaze not doing as much as the previous round, and especially not stopping the tracks of the Legion Commander. Just gonna pummel through a lot of these units. Mirana will be the last one to survive. And not for long either.
Rip. Okay, well, there goes Reducto. I swapped over to Cyrillix's loss, -5. Whoops, feels bad. And yeah, the board has certainly reshuffled itself a little bit here, Blue. We're into round 22. Everybody basically has their comps now set up, but top to bottom is a 36 health lead. No, 46 health lead. And I think we're going to swap over to SMD, because he is basically on that chop block at this point. Down there, still rocking those insects. It's a little late to be rocking insects, Blue.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, perhaps not being able to transition out. Needs one more hunter, doesn't find it. Looks like he's running a merchant shop as well. Maybe he should sell those because he's gonna need money. They need money to find these hunters real quick. The Viper's gonna jump to the back line, gonna get focused down by all of these hunters, obliterated, but the duel will come out, try and pick off this this Abaddon. The Silent Static Storm gonna not do very much because these Windrunners would actually prefer to do some damage by physically attacking. Mirana gonna jump to the back. The Brawlies being so tanky, making this very hard for the Vigilant. Static Storm again gonna try and shut them down in terms of they're just taking damage over time. The Blade Fury spin gonna chase around the Mirana. Unfortunately, too tanky. The Juggernaut though, only one survived these. Well as the Eno. Now the Juggernaut has to deal with just the Windrunner, but he actually turns around to try and deal with the Eno. The Eno will go down here. No, he escapes. And Juggernaut gets jabated.
The Juggernaut just really couldn't find targets for that spin. That was unfortunate. And while we were watching SMD, thinking that maybe he was going to be the first out, it was medium base. Lost to Explain. Goes out in 8th in Group A. Feels bad first round, man. His Hunter Heartless setup with Scaled at the end. Maybe he had a Medusa in there. But
perhaps not on a front line to deal with. Looking at his net worth, definitely didn't have the greatest composition in the universe. Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna follow Tram here, who's running a full spirits now, has finally sacked the assassin portion. So we'll see if these sword strips will be able to do something about this. It is against knights. This is probably the best composition you could ask for versus knights. The spirits are very elusive, especially against these knights. Knights have nothing to do to shut you down. Spirits, the first triangle will apply here, but already one of the earth spirits gonna get picked off here. And the duel comes out of the sword spirit, which means there's nothing left for this spirit squad, and the X-Plane's ghost will actually kill off Tram here. Unfortunately, his setup was not properly in place, and he will be punished for it.
That triangle was terrible. Just straight terrible.
Was utterly terrible. Not only that, he doesn't have anything to stack up with it, so unfortunately, not working out.
He ended up going into a Legion Commander as well. That puts us with 4 Legion Commander players in this lobby, which, again, is something of a record high for me. That's insane. We still have 4 Bloodbounds out, and 3 of them are with Legion Commanders. The other one's with Quennin and his Druids, strangely enough.
And speaking of another 4, Kenan is at 4.
He is. Yeah, he's down there. And double Druid, 4 Savage, and 4 Summoner. Finally got the Brutes with an axe. Has himself that Vlad's. Not sure you want the Vlad's on the axe, but at least it should last a good while into the fight. We'll have to see who he fights. It will be Cyrillix, so good luck with that.
Absolutely. All allied summons will take the Savage bonus here. We'll see how this works. Static Storm going to shut down a lot of these summoners. That's not really what you want to see, but Duel will come out on one of these Serpent Wards, and that's probably the best you could ask for. Now the Lycan is to do as much damage as possible, and these are Brawnies, they're really tanky. Next Storm going to shut down the Magnus and the Lycan, but the Lycan is healing up, unfortunately not enough. The Blaziken will be picked off, that the Mortimer's Kisses gonna start melting all of these summoned units. Our Warden is not the tankiest thing in the world, and you can see it right there. Not enough to really survive 2 Mortimer's Kisses in a row. The Root's gonna come out, shut down the Legion Commander a little bit, just stifle the bleeding, but I think there's not enough bleeding to stifle Keenan. Will take 10 damage and go out.
And SMD lost on top of it as well. So his Heartless, his Hunters, they're out. The Insects lasting entirely too long at round 25. Just must have had a bad luck rolls as it all goes out. And then Quinnen there into 5th. So we're into the top 4 now. 3 Legion Commanders in the top 4. 2 of them with Rainbow builds, and both actually completely identical at the top. 57 to 24, the only vast difference between Quasar and Explain. And I guess we'll look at Reducto for this round here, Blue.
Yep. The biggest difference between, I mean, at the moment, the Legion Commander builds, they're actually technically Knight builds. In fact, Legion Commander is just like a subset of that composition. Of course, using it very well. Speaking of which, we'll see if Explain is able to shut down 3Duct here, who is running a Hunter Vigilance composition. Remember, the Voids were nerfed a little bit, so the Knights will definitely have some leeway in terms of that. But look at that damage output. The Stone Gaze will kill off the front line. Oh, God. And the Void Spirit going to distract the backline as well. The healers are completely out of it. But Legion Commander is still alive. He's pulling through everything, but manages to go down. Golem's going to get traded, though. Medusa's going to get picked off. The Templar Assassin going to unable to really do enough damage. The Omni Knight going to heal himself. Heal Bomb. Arrow will connect, eliminating that. The Golem actually going to get trading all of the healers, and unfortunately for the side of Explain, all of his front line is most of his damage. So when they all died, so did the rest of it come. So Explain will take 11 damage.
That Templar Assassin got a crit at the end, as if like it really mattered right there. But Quasar and Surlix actually still going at it. Gonna flip over there. Quasar will, wow, skin of his teeth. Brings out a win with a Golem, the only thing still standing. So 2 damage there to Cyrilix. Not really a vast change in health overall, but Quasar at 57 is the raid boss right now. This guy and his Rainbow Knights, his 4 Knights, his 4 Troll, no Warlord. He does have a Warlord. Warlord with a Moon Shard. Explain the other one with the 2 Troll now. He actually took out 2 Troll. So, nope, there you go. He put him back in. No Warlord for him. Quickly verifying. Yeah, no Warlord for him. So that's a big difference when it comes to these comps. We're going to go back to Threducto to see if he will be out this round.
Threducto will be fighting Quasar, so we'll see if Quasar, the other Knight composition, will be able to deal with this. Hey, that's that Troll Warlord, as you mentioned, but the Dagon immediately pops the axe. Where did your axe go? I swear to God, that's a tier 5 unit. The Stone Gate's gonna land on so many frontline units. Again, the Troll Warlord trying to do as much damage as possible. Trade the other axe for the side of Quasar. Will try and do as much damage. The frontline's already dead. Legion Commander's gonna get picked off. Actually, the duel win goes to the Medusa. That's not what you want to see. The Medusa will get that duel win. The Troll Warlord's gonna do a lot of damage on the right-hand side. The Golem as well gonna follow suit. The D6, unfortunately, gonna get picked off. The Golem just gonna do so much damage. The Troll Warlord being unable to go down here means that Quasar will steal this win away from Threduct, and he takes 9 damage.
Still lives. Explain and his Knights took on the Brawnies to a very good degree. Negative 12 going over to Cyrilix there, but Quasar is actually on the verge of his 2nd, I believe, streak complete, and it's into the end game at 27 rounds. Look at the damage here from Threducto. The Medusa really is putting up those hits, especially with his Cadence Blade. Sitting pretty on her there. But 1-star Medusa and the front line just, unfortunately, not able to chew through their competition. So this actually could be anybody's game right here. We're going to see 2 of them go down. But if it comes down to Explaining Quasar, right, it's just a battle of knights.
Oh, Threduct and Cyrilix will be engaging each other, unfortunately. This time, we'll see how it works. Static Storm gonna shut down the Stone Gate, gonna remove that from the fight at the moment. Assimilate's not gonna be functioning because of that duel, making sure that it's gonna be unable to work. Stone Gate's gonna buy some time, but the Templar Assassin finally gonna get the shield off before the Requiem, gonna buy her some time. But Static Storm gonna pierce through all of that, and it's gonna melt through all the armies. The Viper, the only one alive, as well as the Golem, will try and do as much as he can, but remember, Threduct is a 1 HP, which means the Mirana is the dream. This Legion Commander is alive, though, and it'll probably one-shot the Mirana. No, it won't. But Mirana can't retaliate. Threduct will take 6 damage, and Explain gets obliterated by Quasar.
So Explain couldn't even last long enough to get into 3rd, which is a bit of a...
Oh.
Yeah,
Oops.
he went out in 4th despite having very similar comps there to Quasar, because of the way that the matchmaking worked, Quasar basically just obliterated him. This leaves us with Cyrilix and Quasar here into round 28, and not where I kind of expected the health to go, but we're on the verge of it all, right? If Quasar takes any round, there's nothing that can be still standing that does less than 2 damage.
Absolutely. I mean, perhaps the Warlock. But aside from that, nothing else really. As you mentioned, Quasar will be against this Cyrillic composition. Cyrillic's front line is pretty damn tanky. The Static Storm gonna try and buy some time before the healers get through it. The duel gonna come out. Duel 1 succeed. Duel 2 succeed for the side of Cyrillic as well. Gonna try and pierce through this front line. Remember, a lot of these units gonna do some damage. The Juggernaut's gonna get picked off. The Legion Commander will follow suit. Now Quasar pushing through. This will be the end if he is unable to do enough damage, and it looks like it will be. There is no Mortimer seasons for a very long time. The Troll War is still alive. Mechanism as well. Just that icing on the cake. Secure the win. Quasar will secure the entire lobby. Very convincing.
Good game, well played. Quasar and his knights, and 5 Legion commanders by the end of it all. I was a little taken aback by that. I'm especially still impressed that we still have all these Bloodbounds kind of running around by the end of it all. But, I mean, even with those bonuses, it was not really close. Quasar coming out 57 health at the end to take it all. So, really good stuff from him. 19-9, had a vastly superior net worth, but that's because I think they remove all the heroes. But still, he streaked it. He got the wins, and looks like that was going to be enough for him there. So, now, Blue, I know that Group A is done. We're going to be tallying the points there. I've been told that Group I started a little late. They're on round 23. I'm going to jump on over to there. And we'll fill in everyone on Group I as the rest of the tallies are going to be coming in.
We'll see how that goes about. We'll see if I have access to Group I as well. Looks like we have DC Castro, Rampage, Volman back as well.
Ed Wiener!
Probably the only name
Ed Wiener's in here.
Ed Wiener?
You probably don't know the story, but I casted Ed Wiener in another game several years ago in a big tournament that he actually won. So when he saw me casting last week, he's like, hey, it's Forecourt. I'm like, oh my god, it's Ed Wiener. You don't forget a name like Ed Wiener.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I wouldn't either at this point in time. We'll see if I can get in the lobby at the moment. It looks like Grimjo versus Rampage. It looks like one is running a Hunter Summoner, or sorry, a Savage Summoner versus a Knights. Again, Knights are so popular at the moment. So Grimjo looking like he will take this though. Too much damage on his side. Rampage will take that win.
I'll bring up the tab just for everyone here as we are still setting up. And I don't know if you can actually get in here or not. I guess you can't spectate off a spectator, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, exception like that doesn't work in Underlords.
It's a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame. We'll see if I can get access to it at the moment here.
So,
but yeah.
D Castro sitting at 38 here, top of Group I. As we're into round 25, we finished up Group A at round 27. Apparently, Group I started a little later, so we're just going to catch the tail end of it here. But because we're not going to have anything else to do before the tallies are done. Louisa bot. I guess there was a bot in here because we couldn't finish. I think we had 71 players. I believe we had 9 lobbies up. So, yeah, a few of them got some bots. But Astronaut went out, NPQA went out, and we just saw Grimjo get eliminated. So we're going to watch Ed Wiener here at 2 health and see what his Legion Commander comp can do.
Absolutely. Right now at 2 HP against Volvenback. He's going to try and do something. Ravage will connect as well. Requiem. And fortunately, looks like a push through will come out, and we're trying to fight back here. Actually might start succeeding though. The Vigilance Hunters where is exposed in the back. The root connects as well on the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin will lose that shield and do some damage. Fortunately, will get picked off here by the Sven, and the root as well. Second time will secure that. Marana, arrow will fly through, but I'm not sure how much she can.
It's all good, man. He actually survived through. I did actually not place Ed Wiener as a winner in this round, but lasted through it all. Takes a big chunk out of Volvenback. 13 hit into Castro. What is Rampage running? Rampage with 6 Knights. No Legion Commander here. Just went all in on the yellow. He was able to chunk out Castro, I think 13 health there. So not a big change in rankings, but we're within 23 health. And 2 of these guys are, again, on that shot block. unless Rampage gets hit like super hard, he should last another round. But Wolvenbach and Ed Wiener are looking at a top 3 and 4 placement right now.
Yeah, at the moment, Wolvenbach and Ed at 5 and 2 respectively. Ed at the moment trying to run that Knights again, sort of an orthodox way to set it up. An orthodox way is set up here against perhaps a much better position Knight here. Magna's gonna try and do some damage. Duel will win on the side of Ed Wiener there. Sven as well gonna do some damage. Doom connects on not the ideal target, but looks like it might be enough. The Enthrall actually steals the Sven, and the Cleave gonna go through. Look at that empowered Sven, and a Demon as well. What a disaster! It just killed like 3 things in 3 hits. Absolutely crazy. As that Cleave on top of Demon buff on top of Magnus buff was disgusting.
Ed Wiener did last long enough, though. He was able to delay the inevitable to get into a third place situation. So Wolvenbach, who we did see in Group A quite a bit last week, not a great start for him, but he is top 4. There is chances we will see him by the end of the stream today. Ed Wiener with third place ranks a bit higher. And now it's 6 Knights up against a 2-Knight Legion commander with a little bit of a stranger build. This is not the rainbow I'm used to seeing this time here, Blue. It's Heartless with 4 Druid, 2 Knight, the LC with 2 Summoner, 2 Savage, and 3 Magic. Is this the Pinty build?
I think it is. I don't recall. I mean, we'll see how much it does. It actually picks up the cast like immediately there, and the damage output looks like it's solid. The Sven gonna get rooted, shut down here. The Lich ult gonna bounce through, gonna do work, but the heal is so much. The Chrono Blast does sweet FA as the Knights just eat it. A heal comes out, the Anesix, the Anno making sure staying there, trying to back and forth this a little bit, but the Enthrall didn't even proc, and the Chrono Blast just don't do anything. Castro takes 21.
I mean, he's against 6 Knights. How much damage reduction is 6 Knights these days? 25?
50%.
Yeah, 50% if it's hitting you on the nose. It's a little hard for a Magic dealer to kind of go through. This is why things like Knights and Cadence Blades and not Knights, sorry, Voids and Cadence Blades can really turn the tides on that one. You just cut right through that like a knife. But if we can't cut through the damage reduction here, Castro is about to take another beating. And with his 10th unit, he just slotted in. He got rid of a Druid and slotted in. What the heck did he slot in? A Deadeye? Who's the Deadeye?
He put in a Bloodseeker. I think he's gonna die now. If you flick and you miss it, as right now Lich ult double bouncing here to do as much damage. The Chrono Blast again does sweet FA, just so much MR, so much damage reduction. The Chrono, without any assistance, is not going to do it, and it looks like Rampage will secure this lobby.
Good job, Rampage. Castro will take a second. He got hit by 23 in the end of it. Woo! Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But all right, Group I was, I believe, our last round. Looks like the admins are going to be on top of that. So they will be tallying scores, and we will be hopping into a break and then round 2 after that. So I'm not convinced we'll see Wolvenbach, but we might see Ed Wiener in the next Group A in round 2. But we are, again, going to tally up everything and go from there. So not a bad set of first rounds. Definitely a few extra additions to some of our comps that I wasn't exactly expecting, Blue. Like, there was a lot of Bloodbound because there was a lot of Legion Commander. They were going for those synergies. Last week, we barely saw any of that. Like, week to week, patch to patch, we can really have some differences.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, an entire week is a lot of time for people to say, hey, how do we beat this? Oh, we do this. And then that, how do we beat that? We do this. And it's just a ongoing loop, right? And the meta is sort of evolves around that fact that these patches also put a spanner in the works. I mean, we saw a lot of these Vigilance Hunters go down quite early on that side. So I have to say that Void nerf, again, just the reduction of damage is so impactful, and you see it every single time they have to engage, because it's not like the Void buff like one-shots things, you know? It's not like they proc every single time. It procs very rarely. So at 4%, it doesn't feel like it does more impact. Obviously, 1% less is not the end of the world, but it certainly make the difference.
I believe it's a 40% chance to proc. So
Yes,
1 in every 2.5 attacks on average. You should be
exactly.
hitting for that. Well, was 5, now down to 4%.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, with the rise of brawnies, although maybe rise is too strong a word, with now us seeing at least like a brawny
Yeah.
around now.
More prevalency. I think a better word would be more prevalency for the Bronies, as you know now their HPs are less in vain. Also, I think a bigger one, right? Because Templar Assassin is both a Void and a Templar Assassin. So if we do the math, right? So Templar Assassin now attacks for half less every 5 seconds, which is basically no attack at all, right? So it attacks 3 times in 5 seconds, which means that it proc what Void buff average 1 time every 3 attacks. That's rough. That is brutal. As with that attack speed nerf as well, going from 4 to 3 means that instead of 2 out of 4, you get 1 out of 3, which is which is just not a good. It doesn't sound good, especially when you put it like that.
50% down to 33. Yeah, it's a big hit. 17% goes a long way in the long run of it all. We do have our scoreboard ready to go, so boom, possibly. Yeah, no, actually,
Yeah, we
sweet.
did it.
15 points to Quasar, to Faceless, to Nigel, Jolik, a name that we saw last week and have continued to see here in Underlord Pro. Luna, No Way, Vandersar, and Rampage. Of course, we did just see Rampage win out in Group I at the very end of it all there. So, we will have our group rankings all clumped up here in a few moments, but those should be the Group A participants for round 2. In terms of some of the other names, Nero Time, he got second. We've seen him consistently in Group A. Pouty Panda, Den, we saw Den do actually some really good work last week. Prostolol is still in there. And, well, it kind of just keeps going down and down. So a lot of the similar names still placing very well. But, yeah, we will have our next lobbies up here soon enough.
Yeah, and we have
Mhm.
we have sprouting faces as I want to mention as well. You know, like some of these names I saw initially. You know, faceless. I don't think I've seen very often. And again, these names like you haven't seen them, and then suddenly they pop up, and you're like, whoa, they're actually pretty good at the game. So again, it's gonna be interesting.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, Week 4, Group A, Round 2, coming at you in about 8 minutes. I'm just looking at what our admins are talking us. There is a slight delay to start. They are arranging the groups now. So we're going to put up a screen. Go and feel free, pick yourselves up, a drink, some popcorn. Come on back. Blue and I will be here. And round 2 starting about 55 past the hour. It's about 7 minutes from now. We'll put up a timer when we're close. So we'll see you soon. Cool. Oh, apparently I did not ready up, did I? Okay, cool. There we go. We are ready, ladies and gentlemen. Week 4, Group A, Round 2 with the Blue Jester. I don't know, is that our Archon name?
The Blue Jester.
Forecourt
The
Sapphire.
I mean, I have 04 at the end of my name, so Blue Sapphire 04 technically has your name, and whatever.
Blue
We'll work on it.
Forecourt Sapphire 4. Yeah, that clearly is
Yeah.
it. Just
Yeah.
take all the parts of our names.
Yeah, exactly. It's just turn it into a Frankenstein monster, right? So we have a second game on the way. We saw how the scoreboard is looking out, so we know exactly what it's inside its lobby. We have familiar names: Angel, Quasar, Venusaur, faces I believe I've seen before. Pouty Panda, not a name we've seen a lot in the top lobby, but is here with us. Luna, I don't believe I know who that is specifically. Jolic either, so it's gonna be interesting to see how these players go.
We saw Jolic last week actually rack up a good number of points, believe it or not, and they are here in this lobby ready to roll. I'm just waiting to see. Everybody says they're ready, so should we just start?
I think so. So
Well,
let's get down to it.
We're gonna do it, and we're not gonna find duos. We're gonna find standard, private, humans only. That's the key here.
Yes. Imagine we just started in duos. Oh man, that'd be funny.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so as we come into it, ladies and gentlemen, round 2, week 4, Group A, it's gonna be, as we said, Jolic, Nell, I think it's just Nell, Luna, Quasar, who won our previous round, Pouty Panda, Vandersar Dota, Nell, we said that, Faceless, and where's the other guy? Where's Rampage? Did we not get a Rampage in here? Or did he change his name?
No, Rampage was not first place. So the
What?
first
Rampage
lobby
was totally
becomes.
first place.
Oh no, Rampage was first place. You're right. I think he overflowed. We had. Oh yeah, no, we had 9 lobbies, didn't we?
So he must
or
have
nine
overflowed.
lobbies.
Yep. Okay.
Yes, he overflowed to the second lobby. Yes.
Makes sense.
Fortunately, his first place was not better than apparently everybody else's first place, as he is not in this lobby.
Well, c'est la vie. That's just how it goes sometimes. I think my game is muted. Boom, there we go. We got it good. All right, production things, Blue. So, Group A, we saw a lot of Legion Commander, a lot of Ogre Cap openings into Bloodbounds. That did kind of persist throughout a lot of the rounds. One Brawny player. I don't think we had any Magic in Group A last round.
Yeah.
I don't remember any.
We didn't. We had one Magic player and then immediately sacked it for something else, I believe. So, yeah, no Magic. Unfortunately, Knights shutting down really 3 mage splashes. There's not really anything that defends sort of that composition at the moment. So, you'll either invest all in or you do nothing at all, right? You can run Spirit Mages. Spirit Mages is probably still the best pairing with Mages, so we'll see if someone does that.
Yeah, Spirit Mages I do actually quite like running myself when it comes down to it, but it can get overwhelmed pretty early, puts you in an early deficit that you have to climb out of. It can be very potent if you find them, but at the same time you might not find them. So a few Ogre Caps, a few Bloodseekers here and there, a few people open forting like Quasar. Boo, Quasar. Vandersar, though, is going to be fighting toe-and-toe here with No Way, and that's going to be a very quick loss for him, I think. Well, maybe not a quick loss, but still a loss regardless.
Yeah, I'm not just Bloodseeker doing. I'm not Bloodseeker things. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Go Luna, Chen, apparently serious stands Luna there. So we're gonna see how they go about, especially going into it.
Just for
At
you.
the moment,
Just for you, Sam. It's Luna.
yeah, Luna, exactly. At this point, we are seeing a lot of primordials. We could see primordial summoners that will get you to the mid game at least, if I remember correctly. But it is weak against Mortimer's Kisses and Static Storm. A lot of the AoE spells will chop through that sort of composition, but of course you never know. But yeah, Luna gets that win there.
Luna gets the win, but the Legion Commander kill, I think, is actually worth more to Jolic at this phase of the game than anything else. Luna is 3-0, so Serious Sam sending all those positive vibes over there. You mentioned Primordials, right? Could easily carry you? No Way is our Primordials guy right now. And it's nope, it's Summoner. Okay. Well, similar
He sacked
idea.
it immediately. Yeah,
Similar
it's the same idea.
idea. Yeah.
Same concept. Unfortunately, it says that this doesn't look good and decides to swap out, which is fair enough. As it's not, it doesn't look very good. I do admit that Primordial's not very their alliance buff not the greatest at the moment. Unfortunately, not even pairable with the Summoners, which you would assume would be their best pairing. But nah, the Enigma Eidolons do absolutely nothing. 1 star. Sorry, at 1 level alliance and at 2 level alliance, they do slightly more than nothing, but still not enough.
So I just watched No Way there. Sorry, I didn't tell you about that one. But both No Way and Luna went to 4. They were the only players that went to 4. They were trying to protect those streaks, see if we could get it rolling. No Way, though, the reason he sacked those Primordials, and I just, because like the game started and I figured it out, he has a Lycan in round 4. So
Yeah.
he buffed that Lycan with not only the Savage buff, but the Summoner on top of it as well. And then the Druids for longevity with Magnus and Prophet. So that's why the Primordials are out and the Lycan was in. And that just phenomenally worked out. So we have to see if we can keep this streak, as they're still both the only players at 4.
Ironically, Luna counters Noe a little bit here in terms of the Summoners versus Brawnies. Of course, we'll see if it does counter, because the Lycan is such a devastating monster in the early game. I mean, you can see how much damage it does just from eating through units. It will get picked off. But look at all of these wolves.
The
Pull the
treants.
dogs out as they just kill everything. Yeah, look at all those trees. We are Groot, apparently. The treants get summoned.
Unless some of these other guys start kicking into 4, and we still got some fording going on a little bit in terms of some 1-star comps being thrown out, then I suspect No Way will actually finish off this streak. He's 5-0 with 4 units, and he has a really good setup for this. Even Bugs, and we got 2 early insect players, aren't super effective against this because of the cleave from Magnus, as well as the 2-star Razor. I don't even know what he's called. Plasma Field.
Plasma Field.
The AoE keeps the bugs away, and then these guys just chew through the competition. It's a pretty good start for No Way.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the moment, in fact, he is against insects competition. Again, as you mentioned, the Razor will probably keep the insects away, especially all of the summons as well. Don't forget, the summons as well tank those insects quite nicely. And with only 6 that spawn, that's 6 insects over a lot of units. And 2 wolves as well on top of the Lycan. Gonna clean up here. I believe the wolves crit as well. No, they don't. Never mind. Feels bad.
Feels bad.
But still, they do decent damage.
The zoo build, yeah. So Luna's still doing well, Sam. Don't worry, but we're gonna stick to No Way and see if he can actually get into an 8-0. Sitting at 6.
He finds a Lycan.
And
Ooh.
if he gets a 2-star on that, that's pretty good. How do you see his board, by the way? Like his shop.
Press spacebar.
Thank you. Okay. It's like there's no button for me to press.
Yes.
Cool.
You have to press the shop hotkey. Just finally buy it. I think this might be one of the rounds he might lose here. The Bloodseeker is pretty good against summoner builds because he just kills these little doggos. And unfortunately, little doggos gonna go bye-bye.
But that's
actually
still...
Magnus is just gonna clean through it.
Yeah, it's a big, healthy Magnus right now.
And look at this tree, gonna help out the good old Magnus. They empower each other, but one attacks faster than the other, apparently. I guess that's how that works. Yeah, I mean, it did help technically, right? That Magnus was gonna probably pop the smaller Magnus if it got a hit in. So very nice there. Enigma is offered though, might be a good opportunity for Midnight Pulse, but again, just not enough space on the field at the moment for No Way. Does have level 5, might want to put the nope, never mind. Puts in the Enigma.
Everyone jumps up to, almost everyone jumps up to 5, which is not really too surprising if you've been hoarding your cash and economying. Man, economying is really weird. You should have the money. Yeah, you should have the money.
Exactly.
So this is the important round for him, Blue.
Exactly, and the Midnight Pulse doesn't even happen because it gets killed beforehand. The insects are getting buffed by Troll buff, and that's one sort of strat I've never seen often. And this was, I believe, the streak. That would have been so much cash. Oh.
That would have been it. Okay. Quasar says no, goes on a streak of his own. All good. Ooh, Pike or Cloak goes Cloak? No, he went Target Dummy.
I believe that was the Target Dummy, yes.
Yeah,
so
because that Cloak got on Razor real quick.
Yeah. So the target dummy here is just used basically to buy some time. Finds 2 Arc Wardens. This is no, he really rolled. He just did it. Oh,
Rip.
he's sad.
Rip.
He rolled out of the Arc Warden so quickly. That is rough.
I'm gonna jump over
I'm not sure
to
if,
Quasar just as a note.
yeah, that's all good. He doesn't get it. We we can't escape. So Quasar will be against Faceless here. Faceless running that main strat, as we mentioned, is very efficient, especially down the line. But it's not being very efficient if all your spirits are dead. Frostbite gonna do a decent amount of damage, but lol, just gonna die here.
Lol. That's just all you can say against that. Lol.
I was like, oh, Delta Slam coming? Nope, they're all dead. So didn't happen. The KSI with the Crystallis is actually a bit spooky.
This should be Underlord round right here. Round 10 coming in. We'll have to see what people are going to be rolling. Now, Anesix and her attack damage buff with End of All Medicine did take a hit. It's still a 5 Anesix lobby. We do have a Let's Go Crazy Hobgon. We do have a Friendly Fire, and then one more Eno on top of that. Looks like Eno is going to go with the Brawnies. That does actually pair up a decent amount. The stuns can land a lot of free damage for your Brawny units.
Exactly. I mean, at this point in time, right now Quasar running, the only one running a streak, in fact. So we'll see how it goes. Actually, we'll see how Luna operates with that
Luna.
Brawny on top of that all-out attack. Yeah, exactly. These Knights, though, very sustainable. No heal to speak of except the Warlock buff, though. So this Eno will definitely put a dent in the works. But the Crystallis, Dragon Knight, sorry, not the Dragon, Chaos Knight, popping everybody. He just one-shot that Legion Commander. And this is the power of getting an early Crystallis on a Demon, just smashing through everything. The Eno is the only one alive who got a pick-off. But one pick-off will not make this work.
Plus 693 damage while silenced. Plus 25 if not. Yeah, the demon buffs work extraordinarily well with an Essex, because when an Essex brings up a little companion, I do believe that's a demon, right? That counts as a demon.
Yes, that counts.
And then the Enthrall brings it back as a demon as well. Plus, I think the Golem. She's just a demon mistress.
Oh, no. So the Golem does not count as a demon.
Okay, not the Golem, but the Enthrall does.
But the Enthrall target is, in fact, yes. So the Enthrall target comes back as a demon. So it does buff a lot of the well, I say a lot, but the singular demon you usually have on your team. Now, two, because the Legion Commander counts.
Yeah, so there's a lot of active extra damage on these Chaos Knights. Quasar is on that streak. 1-star Legion Commander, not really putting forward impressive kill count. In fact, 0, and has not won a duel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is
it
gonna
is
die.
a recent. Yeah, it is a recent addition. Will feed duel kills, and look at this. The Zoo is back out on the field. The Crystallis, KSI will get a pick off, but look at these animals. The Bristleback comes back alive, though immediately gets picked off, unfortunately. And there's just too many units to speak of. The Glaives, unfortunately, not doing enough damage. No Basking Madness, so not attacking fast enough to pierce through it. I mean, down the line, Luna will eat some units for breakfast, but at the moment, just not strong enough.
That was at max a 5 streak for Quasar, so it wasn't exactly the all-important 8, but still feels bad. You go on a bit of a streak, gets shut down. He will still sit at 81 health. Gonna go over to Pouty Panda for the next round, who has 3 assassins and 2 bugs.
Ooh,
so
assassin insects.
Yeah.
In this day and age, in this time of year, with
this
with a
time
lack
of year, yes, in spring.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, the assassins, unfortunately, we don't see these as often, or at least not as often working, because again, they're just not doing enough damage inside. The Sleight of Fist gonna do that damage, as I mentioned, that they lack of it. The assassins, unfortunately, gonna all get picked off. The Enthrall gonna steal the Queen of Pain there. She was already a demon to begin with, can't really overlap that, but it doesn't really matter, because Pouty just gets obliterated. His assassins, not enough damage. Sleight of Fist look cool, but without Battle Fury or anything of the like, will not secure kills.
Womp womp. Yeah, it's just it's not enough right now. The 3 assassin doesn't even have a warlock to go with it. Like we have this one shadow fiend in the middle. Okay, what you gonna go? What you gonna go? Vanguard doesn't really feel like something you would get in an assassin comp. Chrysalis or Mask?
Mask of Madness down the line on the Slark would be nice. Yep. Picks it up.
We'll take it.
As assumed.
Can't really use it now, can he?
No, not at the moment. But gets a 2-star Armor Spirit. That's gonna be spicy. Gonna be able to use that time, definitely.
All right, before we get too invested in this, off to Vandersar Dota, who is the only streaker right now. Uh, Vigilant, Insects, Hunters, 2 Druid, and 2 Heartless on top.
I mean, a bit of the classic. Did pick up barricades, so just to buy some time allows the hunters to do what they want without really any sort of detriment. The hook comes out here.
Luna!
Gonna try do as much damage to relocate. Gonna try and save something. I'm not sure what's gonna bring back. Probably something. Hopefully something useful. Brings back the Trade Protector. That is pretty useful, but at a 1-star, not sure how much it can do. Power Shot. Not even gonna get a single kill here. Get spread upon too many units.
So close, right? Like, the Brawnies for Luna have secured a victory there simply because of those bonus healths, but everybody's so low. You just needed a bit more. And Vandersar, just as quickly as he got that streak, will lose it instead. So free board, Blue, where do you want to go?
Free board. We want to jump to Luna, actually. 64
Okay.
HP.
There you go.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. Running triple bristleback. Hell yeah, look at this.
I did see the 2-star, 1-star. I wasn't aware that she had triple. That's
yeah,
insane.
I mean,
with an Octarine? Crazy.
Yep, one of them with an Octarine Essence is against summoned units, so it'll be Narnia versus a lot of Bristlebacks. So we'll see if Hedgehogs will be able to deal with that. A lot of the summoned units now coming out here. The Druid at the back, Nature's Prophet, in fact, summoning so many treants as well. They're fully going to collapse here. Yes, every kill is very nice for the Brawny units, but maybe not at the moment. The all-out attack and stun a lot of these summoned units. The Trade Protector, the Nature's Prophet still alive, doing a lot of poke damage. That Quill Spray, not enough. And the Inno going to jump to the back, try and pick it off, but this is why Nature's Prophet is so obnoxious. There's so many treants. I think he's summoned 7 at this point, and oh my lord, there's another one just for the road. Oh my word.
He has a Void Stone. So 3-star Prophet, Void Stone, that's what, a 6-second cooldown?
No. So that doesn't reduce cooldown. That's the other one. That increases your mana regeneration. Rather than
Who was that? Was that No Way?
That was No Way. No Way is running the classic summoner strat. He is running that Void Stone to increase mana regen. So at 6-second cooldown at 80% mana, he gets it at minimum every 8 seconds. But since he attacks to get mana, he actually gets it at an uptime of almost 100%. So we'll watch his fight right here against Jollik. We'll see if we'll see it in action here. Again, one Nature's Prophet, and he's already at full mana before we even speak of it. Another insect will come out here, but perhaps the summoned units, maybe not enough. The Lone Druid Bear retaliating. The Magnus going to be stolen by the Enthrall. Going to get that pick up. A Gifter as well. Serious Fam was gifted a gifted sub. That's quite hilarious as we're going through this fight. As the summoned unit's going to get the pick off. The Enthralled unit still doing a lot of damage. Requiem again going to come out for the side. They're just probably not going to get another Treant off, and he's going to get picked off.
He still got off a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea where the hell you went with the gifted comments, but hey, Serious Sam, welcome to the fam, and thank you Anonymous for setting that up. But yeah, I was like, gifting? Who's gifting? Does Nature Prophet gift things? It's just like
no, my eyes looked and I was like, oh, someone gifted a sub. We might as well put that in there.
It's all good, Blue. It's all good. Just threw me a loop. No Way is the king of the round right now, 79, down all the way down to 47 at Faceless. I guess we're on No Way still because we didn't click anybody else. So we'll sit here one more round.
Yeah, exactly. He's against a Delta Slam squad. This is actually probably the worst matchup for a summon unit because look at all the summons units go. They're just not going to be able to do anything. They're going to kite it around. They're getting loop-de-loop, and we'll see how much they can really do. Nature's Prophet's still alive. Gets another summon off. The friendly fire, though, going to pick him off, and it's just trees. And I don't think trees can really take anything. Frostbite even, just secure that kill. Just like a juggling Crystal Maiden.
All right, so No Way's going to take a chunk out of that, which is fine. That Nature's Prophet, 4K, is the only thing really doing damage for No Way right now. So kind of good, kind of bad, shrug. Who knows? But we'll swap over this round. No Way might still be top, but I think somebody else is streaking. Nope, I totally lied. Yeah, nobody's streaking.
Jollik is at 36, though.
Yeah, we can head down
That's
there.
a bit risky. Ooh, spicy.
Ooh, some refreshers.
Not sure where this... Yeah, I'm not sure where this strat is going. It is Rainbow, but this looks like a bit of a mishmash at the moment.
Druid Rainbow.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... yeah, I'm confused because right now the Legion Commander's at 1-star as well, so this can't really be a Legion Commander build at the moment, so Jollik in a bit of a rough spot.
So Jollik might be at the bottom here. We'll have to see how the Rainbow works against Faceless, who is actually the second lowest as well.
Absolutely, Spirits though gonna do a lot of damage here. Again, the Delta Slams, the peak of the pinnacle power of the Spirits. Once you get all the Spirits online, you just see them pop everything. It's so disgusting. The Storm Spirit being one of the major factors of that. The Earth Spirit's obviously gonna fall. The Ember Spirit gonna get stolen. Side Spirits actually killed the Storm Spirit, so that turned the fight around real quick.
Good old Enthrall, man. Enthrall can do work for you. Absolutely. It does look like everyone just kind of like dropped though. So Jollik might have won the round, but is not faring too well still. We'll take a chunk out of Faceless. Faceless down at 7 right now. Quasar sitting there at 6 and Pouty at 5. But between, again, top and bottom, about what, 30, 27? No, 37 health between them. But this bottom 4 is only 9 between them. Everybody's sitting here at round 18 with 8 units. The Druids eked out a kill, but I don't know. This is a little bit of a stranger rainbow, I gotta say.
Yeah, for Jollik, he has a lot of buffs, but I don't
11?
think having a lot of...
He's 11.
Yeah, he's at 11 buffs, which means the Legion Commander's gonna get a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff is not what you gonna need to win rounds, because Ravage gonna connect. Requiem gonna keep Anisis alive, but I'm not sure how efficient that will be against these Hunters. Duel will come out, dies instantly, feeds Rana bonus damage. That's not what you want to see, as more kills come out the way. The action of Ravage is stolen! The Tidehunter are turning the fight around for the side of Jolly, and that will engage this victory because of that stolen Tidehunter.
You can't say anything bad about AoE stuns in this this game. So again, Enthrall doing work, making it happen for this poor little 1-star Midas gloved Legion Commander. 22 kills is actually pretty respectable for a 1-star Legion Commander at round 19, Blue. That's not bad.
Absolutely.
But I don't know, man. 1-star just feels bad. It just feels bad. So Jollik is no longer last. Faceless down there. I want to do one round of Nell, who is streaking at 73. We haven't actually really done much with Nell here, Blue. But it's another Knights.
Yeah.
Knights LC, a bit more of the standard rainbow, just missing a few colors.
Exactly. I mean, now it's definitely a better setup than what Jollik has is running against the Assassins. The Slark is going to get heal bomb though. Unfortunately, not the tankiest in the world. But Sleight of Fist cuts through everything as well as for Assassins. So these Knights gonna melt through, icing the cake, enthralling Legion Commander.
Damn you, Caster Curse. Damn you. Nell sitting at 73, loses 15 health immediately. Jollik got the win over No Way, so that might be an 11 a rainbow. Can you do more than 11? I guess he could, I suppose, but yeah, still got the win. Who's still fighting? Quasar and Vandersar. They're going toe-to-toe still. As I say that, Quasar wins, so good job, Maddie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The only person streaking right now is Jollik, but any of the bottom 4 there, it's free game, Blue. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, at the moment, Faceless actually at the bottom with his mage spirit composition. Not enough sword spirits. As weird as that sounds, you need more sword spirits. Does have 2, but we'll see how it goes about. Faceless, bit in a dangerous position is against Vandasar, who is running that Ravage. We'll see if they can dodge the Ravage, these spirits, because it will be down to that. The Sleight of Fist is going to come out. Ravage is going to connect, and look at that Delta Slap, avoiding a lot of that damage from the Ravage. Doom will come out on the next Assassin. Not the biggest Doom in the world, but a lot of the Sleight of Fist, a lot of the Storm Bolt kills 3 units at once, as they are all so low. And that Wind Ranger going to power shot through, but I think that's all she wrote, literally, as Faceless takes that win.
Those were way better triangles than what we saw before. The last time we actually watched Faceless, he kind of like missed the mark a bunch, but 5 spirits seem to be working out really well for him. He doesn't even have an LC either. And LC Delta Slams are sick, man. I've had the pleasure of playing around with that now. The double damage on the slam is surprisingly hard hitting, which is really cool in my opinion. But all right, so Faceless with the win. Blue, we have Quasar down at the bottom. Jollik still trending. I'm going to swap over to Quasar because this 6 Knights build has ended up at the bottom of this lobby.
I believe Quasar. He was running Knight strats. did not hit that Legion Commander, so decides to opt in for the all-in Gambit on the Knights. Of course, not the worst thing in the world, but no Hunter buff, oh no, Healer buff to speak of. Will be against the Spirits. He was effective against this, but no dual shutdown. Now Doom gonna connect on one of the more
Dang.
I think Delta Slime gonna connect on one. Delta Slime 2 gonna do a lot of damage. And look at these Knights melt. Unfortunately, Delta Slime doing so much, and Thrall gonna steal the Ogre Magi, but I'm not sure how effective that will be because again, third Delta Slime comes out as the fourth one. Can we get a fourth? Nope.
You
We
can't?
do get a fourth. Very nice. Quasar takes 12 damage there from Faceless.
Okay. Faceless might actually be stabilizing. Goes up streaking. Looks like Jollik lost up against Luna. Gonna pop quickly over to Luna since Luna is our only brawny. 2,600 bonus health now cumulative with that Legion Commander on top of it. It is a level 2, 61 dual damage, 9 kills, not super great. But look at the double refresher that Luna's rocking. Double refresher, Beastmaster. We still have the Bristleback trio. Although we have a Desolator on the 2-star. That's rather interesting. I guess we're staying here on Luna Blue.
Yeah. At this point in time, Luna, a bit of a dangerous spot here. Ravage has to come out here soon. Doom connects on the Legion Commander, so no duel there. Ravage will finally connect on the side of on the side of Vandisar. Vandisar losing a lot of the hunters in the back though because the Viper is in the middle of them, distracting them. The all-out attack gonna stun all of these units, and the damage output was distracted. They were being pierced through, and Luna managing to secure that win against Vandisar. Vandisar's hunters were too busy doing something else.
Not winning. That's what they were doing. Too busy not winning. This Desolator on the 2-star Bristleback, I guess, is worth more to Luna than having the Octarine for these Quill Sprays. Right? The only 2-star Bristle is not taking advantage of the Octarine for extra quills. So I guess the auto attack damage is worth more. I'm going to give you the option. Who do you want for this round? Because we have 6 people under 20 health.
I mean, I want to see how Quasar runs this. Finally gets his full composition, but I'm wondering if he'll be able to do the damage required.
For who?
Quasar
Okay.
versus Luna here. Now running triple Bristleback and the Juggernaut, they will see how much sustain it is. The Necropulse going to do a lot of heal. Mortimer's Kiss is going to land Static Storm as well, going to shut down a lot of that healing. The Necropulse has to survive. He will survive through that. The Abaddon going to get picked off though by this Beastmaster. A lot of damage output. Snapfire gonna get picked off. The Legion Commander, the Beastmaster actually gonna get stolen, enthralled. The Silence as well cannot use the Refresher Storm in time. And unfortunately, Quasar gets picked off. Vandisar follows, and Angel will follow suit. Triple kill, straight to the grave.
Round 23 loses 3 members. Let's throw up a tab for everyone here. Nell, the first out with the Rainbow. 9? The 9? I think that's 9. 3, 6, 8. The 8-player Rainbow. Doesn't happen. Vandersar out with Hunters, Insects, Vigilant. A little bit of a stranger build there. Did not make the cut. Quasar out now as well with his 6 Knights. The Gambit not working. This puts our Pouty Panda. I'm going to swap over to him here, Blue. 6 Assassin, 6 health. Has to get it done.
And this Dream is facing so many brawny units. He has to crit at least once every hit, literally, if he wants to have a chance here, because the Static Storm going to shut him down. Chrono Cube going to buy some time, but the Sleight of Fist Master is already dead, as well as the Void Spirit, so the face is Void. Now it's just Slork. The Slork is actually doing so much damage. He just one-shot the Legion Commander. The Slork is just going ham. He wasn't stopped, so he actually secures at least 6 kills by itself. Oh my god, Pouty Panda Slork doing the work.
Remember how we said, like, he picked up that Mask of Madness if he can't use it yet? Congratulations. You got a 2-star Slark to use it on now. And what can we even pick up here? Black King Bar, probably not the Eye of Scotty. It's a... You don't put a mechanism on these guys. It's going to be the Black King Bar. So you're going to put that on the Snapfire? No, puts it on the Queen of Pain. Okay.
The Queen of Pain is an okay. I would have thought maybe the Void, just allow it to Chrono Cube without getting instigated by a Dagon or something.
That's actually a good point.
But yeah, unfortunately, not gonna use it on that. Once Queen of Pain alive, I guess, puts down the Void Spirit Instead of the Snapfire, I'm not sure if I like the decision that the Viper does less without magic resistance, but against Pied Piper, this is probably the worst time to not have MR because you're against some spirits. The Assassins, we'll see how they go. The Slark, this is a bit of a dangerous spot for him because he is more susceptible to these Delta Slams. Is not going to target him though. The Slark, again, going to be the main focal point for the side of the Assassins. Assassins have already picked up so many units. The Spirits, they're all dead. The Delta Slam one going to try and kill off the Slark. Slark is not going to die, but the Burn may be able to do it. But no, the Spirits just all died. 16 damage to Faceless. And again, the weakness of these Spirits build is when you pick them off too fast. I mean, Assassin's the perfect juxtapose of that, yeah? Just picks off everything so quickly.
The slippery spirits just could not outrun the knives, and the knives came in quick and fast. Crystal Maiden, I think, got like one auto attack off. She did 55 damage. That's it. Keeper of the Light didn't get the horses, just blew up. Doom, I don't think doomed anything, and the Earth Spirit fell over very quickly after that, with Hobgen to follow. So yeah, like, most of your comp was out. The only thing that did damage for Faceless was those Storm Spirits. So yeah,
and the Delta Slam, yeah, absolutely.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, the problem with Spirit builds is that against Assassins, really, really rough. Pouty Panda running the Sweet 6 Assassins, faces at 4 as well. I'm unsure who to follow. I mean, we'll follow Pouty Panda. Because I don't think this assassin composition will have fun against these Brawnies. Obviously, Brawnies. Well, actually, no. The Slork kicked ass, so I'm not sure. Actually, Jollik will be against him. Pouty Panda. Look at how many alliances that was. Has a Medusa as well to speak of. We'll see if that's able to do something. Stone Gaze will apply, but will get picked up before even that works at all. This silence gonna come out. The Slark gonna get picked off here. This might be it actually. How cruel twist of fate. The Slark's already dead. The Legion Commander 3-star gonna pummel everything. Enthrall is not available. And what a disaster loses to Rainbow Strat. Unfortunately, the Assassins all got hit with that Static Storm. So the Slark was unable to escape.
And Faceless not able to escape the brawny power of Luna on top of it all as well. Okay, Luna picked up a Radiance on the Legion Commander. So it probably just walked around as a death field. But goodbye, Faceless. Goodbye, Pouty Panda. Faceless did survive with those Spirits Magic into 4th place. No Way now on the chop block at 5. But how many alliances is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's still 11 for Jollik. I mean, you don't see that every day or, well, ever, really, do you?
Yeah, I think that's the maximum amount of alliances you can actually have in a roster. I know, sorry, I got 13 at one point, so no, that is a lie. So currently, No Way will be fighting Luna here. Luna running that Brawling composition. We'll see if she is able to sustain through this because this is a summon squad. The Legion Commander does a lot of damage, true, but the Border's Kiss is actually going to be the main factor for eliminating all of these summon units. The Nature's Prophet going to try and sustain, but he's going to get picked off. The heal bomb, not enough, and it looks like Luna will secure this against No Way. No Way will be hitting the grave. Yes way.
No way, yes way. Well, that's just going to be it. Jollik down here up against the Ghost of Luna, the clone. And, oh my goodness, Jollik actually will take a win? Question mark?
Ooh, he does barely against Legion Commander there.
Well, these are our top two. Luna and Jollik, with any slip-up, is actually facing elimination pretty quick. So these Brawnies are not easy to take down. So if they survive just long enough, right, we could see a one-shot up against Jollik here.
At the moment, nothing Jollik can do here. All his eggs in that Legion Commander basket. So whenever that 3 stars is the only way we see victory from his side. Has a Cadence Blade though, so that's pretty decent. But aside from that, nothing else really. But look at this brawny army. We'll see if the Cadence Blade will be doing enough. It does triple. It's doing a lot of damage. The duel will come out here. Legion Commander will get a pick off on the opposing Legion Commander. Gets 2 kills. In fact, Static Storm not going to be in time. Already damage has been done. But the Bristleback, they're doing damage themselves. The Root's going to come out on one of them. The Anisic's going to survive on the left-hand side there. But the Little Druid going to get picked off there. And it looks like Jollik might be losing this. The Static Storm again to secure another kill. The Bristleback survives at exactly 2 HP. Finally goes down. The Serpent, not enough there.
Only 11. Didn't have another unit surviving, which means we have to go into another round here. But Luna at 38 health is likely the first place. Is there a Radiance option in front of me? There's a Butterfly, a Black King Bar, all good choices. That Disruptor, the Disruptor charges were literally perfect up against Jollik, like encompassing in their entire army. multiple times in that round, which made it very hard for them to kind
Oh,
of do anything at all. That's a 2-star Medusa to join the fray. My goodness.
that is absolutely spooky. And Medusa at 2-star, definitely a formidable foe. No hunter buff to speak of, so it's still not the greatest. Hayden's Blade as well. I'm not sure if now as efficient on the Medusa.
Sorry, Blue, there's 3
We'll see.
refresher orbs on Luna. 3 refresher
Yeah,
orbs. What
a
is
bit
this?
bonkers. Double static, double doom, double blade throws as Duel comes out here on the trade and will get picked off the 3-star. As I mentioned, Legion Commander 3-star decided drawing, gonna destroy everything. He's going just around stomping everybody. He's gonna 2-shot. No, he gets stone gaze. But again, the opposing Legion Commander gonna do a lot of work here. No low druid to speak of, but it's just Legion Commander. And yes, he did so much damage, but the rest of his team fall apart. And this is why we don't see pure Legion Commander builds anymore. It's just not enough.
11 Rainbow Jollik will actually just net themselves a 2nd place because the 4,000 plus health Brawny Luna composition will actually net a 1st place with an Eno on top of it, right? That was an Eno all-out attack. One of the very first Eno wins I've seen here in Season 6. So, yeah, take that in Essex and Hobkin and Jewel, if we ever see you ever again, Jewel. But good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. 4 alliances up against 11 certainly looks silly on the matchup screen, but don't sleep on Brawny, man. These guys are going places. So, well done, well done.
Definitely.
That will be it for Group A here in round 2. I'm going to take a quick look over at our admins and see if there is actually any parties still left rolling, and there are not. I at least cannot join any. So that is going to be it for a round 2 gameplay here, Blue. Good stuff, riveting stuff, indeed. Still a lot of, kind of the old world clinging to those Hunters Heartless, but they're not putting up numbers today, at least not in Group A.
Yeah. It's not been visible how much impact. I mean, again, a big reason is just damage nerfs on both Vigilance and on Voids means that this Hunter Heartless composition just not doing as much as the olden times, aka last week.
Last week.
But yeah, but aside from that, again, just because of that Void Spirit nerf, the Brodies are coming back up. The Summoner squads, which used to be very good against the Vigilance, now suddenly has to deal with their weakness, which is Brodies. And it's just it's a big mess in terms of what really buys for the top. But obviously, Knights, who are sitting pretty in the middle, just says like, okay, guess I'm here then. And we've seen Knights do consistently well. Now, unfortunately, not in this lobby. Not very many people did it. So a lot of strategies, especially in the middle, right? We have the Spirits, we have Assassins to an extent, we have Knights. Those are, I would say, the middle pact, where they can win games, but they're not necessarily the make or break. And then we have the ones of obviously the on like opposite sides of the spectrum. We obviously have Vigilance Hunters on one end, and then we have Brodies and Summoner squads and another, which are most likely going to win some games as well. So again, just a lot of interesting things to note, especially going into further rounds. Maybe perhaps Vigilance Hunters might not be the greatest at the moment, at least.
Well, we've seen Brawnies do really well. No 6 Mage, at least on stream. We've been through 2 rounds of Group A and a Group I, and we had no 6 Mage there. Group I had a 3 Void, but they placed 6th, I believe. So, yeah, there's a lot more diversity coming through, but no Magic is actually kind of surprising. The 3 Spirit, 3 Magic was the closest we've seen to an endgame Magic build.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Spirits are paired with Mages anyway, so I'm not surprised by that. But by that sort of pairing, right? It doesn't really change anything. But in terms of Spirit builds, again, a lot of their weaknesses actually revolve around that Disruptor, and ironically, Bornies run Disruptor, so it's strange. It's just a strange position Spirits are in right now. Seeing how much you can do with them, they are very strong, but it will come down to a lot of how the Delta Slams work, how much damage you actually output from 2 or 3 deltas.
We saw some good deltas, and then we saw some Pepega deltas. They just where were you aiming? Who has the copy pasta for how these things are determined? You just kind of got to figure sometimes that they just miss the mark. It's a risk. It is a risk. It's not a guaranteed win like Well, nothing's really guaranteed win, right? But like you go Rainbow, you go Legion Commander build, and you get a fairly good early mid game. You're almost guaranteed a top 4 at that point, right? You just roll. But Spirits could hit people for a ton of damage right out the bat, or they could completely miss. It's a gamble. C'est la vie. We saw
Yeah.
some brutes. They didn't do super well. We haven't seen like a main brute comp, which I find a little interesting, right? Because I feel like the brutes could really counter some of this stuff, but they're just not here. Just not powerful enough, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have to see. The Brawnies are starting to show up again. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more people try to do Brawnies, but it's one of those compositions where if you get contested or you miss a unit, it's really hard to come back from it. I mean, we don't even see Axe that often on Brawny compositions. That's because you would rather have triple Bristleback, as we saw there. So again, there's
Triple
options.
bristleback. Okay.
Yeah, I mean triple Bristleback. Yeah, 2 2-star Bristlebacks and the 1 1-star Bristleback. That's a strat. I mean, I'm not sure if merging into 1 3-star Bristleback would be a good idea or not.
Probably not
I
at that point.
guess that,
You'll never find another
Yeah.
one again.
yeah, just never turn it into a 3-star Bristleback. That is the strategy.
All right, looks like scores are updated. Let's head on over to there. But Luna, double first places, will actually take the most number of points here in round 2. Jollik
Yep.
with the second place after the first, and Ceremonials will claim second, a 2-way tie for second. But No Way is up there, one of our Cyrillics players, Momo, Faceless, and Jitch. Jitch apparently ended up fourth first round.
Jitch is here.
Takes
He's not
a first. There
Oh,
it is. Yeah.
he got first. Oh my
Jitch on
god,
Twitch.
it's Jitch. He is here.
So
You know-
I believe those are our top 8 for next round. I don't exactly know if there's going to be an
Yes.
overflow, but yeah, it's coming
Yeah,
together.
He squeezes right into 8th place there for the first lobby. So that'll be exciting to see how he plays, especially on the main one. We haven't seen him that often at the top, usually just in Group Bs, Group Cs, not really placing in the toppest lobbies, but you don't need to be in Group A to get lobby points, right? So not a bad deal by any means.
So I believe all the groups are now wrapped up with the tallied scores now here. So of course they will reset themselves into their groups soon enough, and we should have our lobbies now coming soon here as well. Take a moment just to say, that Underlords Pro, we've been doing this a while, or at least you've been doing this a while. I think, Blue, you're one of the pioneers of it at this point, but couldn't do it without the help of our sponsors on top of that. So Teta do Ursa, I believe is how I say it all, right?
I believe I pronounce it Tetado de Urso.
Okay, that's way better than what I just said. Yeah.
But yeah, like at this point in time, we will. I mean, thank you for the sponsors. This wouldn't be possible without them. So absolutely, thank you so much for your support. Cosmo Esports as well, and Links Back Alley Brawl. So
I
again,
really
thank you
like
for
Link's Back
all the
Alley
support.
Brawl. Like you sit down, you watch it after like a tough day of Underlords ladder grinding, and it's nice. It's relaxing. It's fun. It's informative. These guys are great. Apparently there was a scoreboard error. Whoops. Okay, so boom, there's the scoreboard again. I think I'm just gonna refresh it just for good measure. But yeah, our sponsors make this happen, so we're very thankful for them to do this. I don't know what the error was. I don't see a difference in the top 8, so whatever it was, I don't think it'll affect our groupings.
Yeah.
But there it is. Okay, cool. Thank you, admins.
Hopefully, yeah. There we go.
All good. All good. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Blue, let's get some water. Guys, go grab a friend, get some popcorn, come on back. Underlords Season 6, Week 4, Round 3. I believe we have 4 rounds today, but I'll get that in stone. We'll be back in just a moment. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Round 3 of Week 4 Group A. Everybody is gathered. We are ready to roll. Our admins are on top of it because they are the best in the business. And Blue, speaking of the best in the business, we got our top placements of today, including now a familiar name, Jitch on Twitch, who is actually currently streaming right now. He apparently ended up first in the other tournament that he fought today, which is super impressive because he came 4th in the first round of ours, but now he's clawed his way into the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, Jitch is, I believe, at the moment on fire, winning a lot of things. So we'll see. Also went first place in the last lobby, so obviously, definitely showcasing that he is not just a big old meme, right? He can play his way into top lobbies, and here he is, in fact, playing in a top lobby.
Yeah, we'll just jump over to him just for no real reason. Just gotta look at somebody.
Gotta look at somebody. He might open fort, in fact. He's 12 seconds.
Nope, we're going to Momo Ring.
Okay.
Momo Ring has 2 Brawny.
Okay, Momo Ring has 2 Brawnies at least. Might as well. He's running that Ogre Magi as well. So we're not gonna get that big old disaster of, open forting. Jitch wasn't actually open forting. Apparently, he in fact did buy something right at the last second. So that was interesting.
Yeah, he put out an Arc Warden. Just one.
just one old Arc Warden, just in case someone open forted. I mean, there are 2 open forters. He could have potentially encountered one of them, but decides, nah. I mean, his opening hand, I don't blame him. His starting composition was not the greatest in the world. Might as well lose, get the free reroll, rather than win a round and then do nothing with that win. So,
all right, Ogre Cap. We're looking for an Ogre Cap. We did not get an Ogre Cap. Poor Momo. He has this Ogre Mage out front and nothing to do with it now.
Oops. Yeah, Chainmail. The worst in the world. I mean, Kaya, Luna, Talisman. Looks like nobody got Ogre Cap, in fact. Looking through the board. Yeah, literally. Okay, no. Ceremonials got one. Ceremonials, No Way and Jolic got one. So we do have 3 Ogre Caps. Not the no Ogre Cap run, but yeah.
Ooh.
Almost.
You can see with those Ogre Caps, people are now throwing out Legion Commanders, Bloodbounds. I guess I'm still on Momo here for this one, but some LCs to come out with those early caps, that's not completely unexpected.
Yeah, absolutely. With those Legion Commanders, you can really abuse the Bloodbound buff as well, because you can then put it on the Beastmaster, and you then have 2 Bloodbound targets. Snapfire, I don't think can kill this Beastmaster, especially doing an extra 375 damage, or sorry, 250 damage a pop.
Win. Yay. Okay, so
big gold W.
If Luna, we can swap over to Luna. Luna is a bit of a crowd favorite here in our chat. If Luna does win next round, that will be a 3-0 record. Can likely expect that they will go to the 4-unit mark. Same with Cyrilix, who is the only other 2-0 here as well. If you're going to be going 3-0, you probably want to be saving that streak. And with Druid Summoners early, right, you're going to get those bonus stars. So it's actually a really good situation to continue that streak if this can net them a win.
Exactly. At the moment, Luna, one more win for a streak and we start profiting is against Double Chaos and Bat Rider. So we'll see. I mean, with Summoners, this is actually a walk in the park. I don't think there's an issue here. I mean, maybe the Bat Rider, but the Venomans are really on point, just like poking it to death.
Yeah, the 2 of them just drop immediately. And we didn't even have any summons out there anyways.
Yeah, there we go. The first Plague War just tickles him a little bit.
It'll take a while for summoners to show some fruit unless they're the ones focused. But the only things that really would focus them right now would be what? Bloodseeker, and there are 0 Bloodseekers on the board. There's a bunch. There's 2 Bloodbounds, but 0 Bloodseekers.
I think nobody has rolled into Bloodseeker, and it's quite difficult to really make use of those Bloodseekers later in the game. If you find them later in the game. Because then what's the point at that? I mean, after the first 5 rounds, if you don't find a Bloodseeker, there's no point of keeping one because you only keep it until 2-star anyway. And there's no point of trying if you don't catch one. So it doesn't matter for these players. It should be fine.
It's like Lumas, huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Unfortunately, the odds. I mean, luckily the odds are much higher. so it should be fine.
Yeah, higher than 1 in 8,000. I was a little skeptical. I was like, Luna's not going to 4. Maybe they think that this is strong enough, and, well, they're right. It is completely strong enough to get that victory. But Cyrilix went to 4, and so did, who was the other one? No Way, which was a little strange in my opinion since he's sitting at 2 and 2. But Cyrilix now at the 4 units. Luna, there we go with the 4 units now subbing in. Both of these top builds are summoners. Believe it or not. We got Primordial Summoner and Druid Summoner, and they're both 4-0 right now, Blue.
They're just so good at the moment. I mean, they overwhelm, especially in the early game, and transitioning into the late game is not awful either. So I'm not surprised that side. Obviously, Momorik running that Brawny strat, and again, everybody just sees the Brawny strat and they go away from it because once someone already is on its way there, there's no point of contesting it. You'll only be sinking your own ship trying to fight for Brawnies, especially since they're not the best. They're not the numero uno build that if you don't contest, you will lose. So people are perfectly fine letting someone else take the Brawnies as long as they get another piece of a different cake. And in fact, that different cake is Summoners, Knights, Legion Commanders, and Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors. Jitch on Twitch has 3 Warriors. That's the first blue icon I've seen all day.
Absolutely, and that's because they do sweet FA. They don't do enough damage. All they live to tank, and they tank to live. So their damage output relies on what we used to see back in the day: hunters and assassins. But hunters have better pairings in brutes now and druids, which are not only tanky, but they sustain themselves or shut down what the opponent wants to do, or they're just tankier than the warriors, right? Because warriors can take magic damage quite unfortunately to the face. We'll jump to Cyrilix here, still on the streak. Luna did lose theirs.
Because it had to be one. It was a Highlander situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only one
it
of
can
them could
only
beat
be
it.
one.
Yeah, so looks like Summoner Primordial beats Summoner Druid. There you go.
At this point in the early game, I mean, this is what I mentioned, right? Primordials with Summoner is so good. It's just in the late game, if you only have a level 1 alliance with Primordials, there's not really any point of keeping it, because then the Underlords do nothing. And the level 2 alliance definitely buffs them up. Yes, the Summoner is good on the Eidolons, like does 10 extra damage, I think. But still, I don't think that justifies having Primordial buff for the sake of Primordial buff.
Like, it doesn't really tell you, right? The game is kind of finicky with the information here. It's like you get a rank 1 or 2 Eidolon on death. That's it. That's all you know. you don't get stats. You don't get damage. Nothing. But it's working out here for Cyrilix. 6-0. Has another Primordial on his bench, but doesn't opt to use it. Everyone's still at 4 units, or 3 in Jitch's case, and Faceless and Ceremonious. We should see a 5 spike soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to have a great meal here. Momoring will. Is against summoned units, and unfortunately they're not in a position to really do the damage. It's not like there's Savage buff or anything. Arc Warden doesn't do the best damage in the world either. His base damage is in fact only 80. And it's being reduced at the moment by that Snapfire, I believe Scatter Shot? Scatter Blast? There we go. And look at those Eidolons actually. This is dessert. I mean, this is a lot of free kills here. Dum 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 for the Brownies.
Where did the kills end up? 3 kills on Beastmaster, 1 on the Bristle. So all 4 going to Brawny. That's pretty much exactly what they want. Yeah.
Bear in mind, that's ignoring the summon buff. So there was at least, I believe, 8 summons in there, so it's 2 extra kills for the price of nothing.
Oh, you don't see quarters and stuff in the kill list?
No. The kills don't count summon unit yet.
Well, there you go.
So yes, they killed at least 10 or 8 things.
Oh, yeah, we did break the streak there. Cyrilix got 6-0, finally lost it at 6-1. I guess we're still here, so we'll just stay here one more round.
We're gonna move on after this,
Yeah.
of course, but is running against the Knights. But the summoned units, again, there's a lot of ups and downs with them. He's not finding any upgrades. Looks like, looking at his bench, he will be transitioning out of it down the line, or perhaps gonna try 4 Primo instead of sticking to the 2 Primo. I wouldn't be too invested in that though. He's probably gonna go mages, most likely. The freeze is nice, but not killing the Dazzle is a bit rough. But these Primordial Arc Wardens might seal the deal. Oh my god, Luna. Oh, that was a big danger. Luckily, still Eidolons and Dazzle There's no way he wins this. Unfortunately, the cooldown's just too slow.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
my
the
god,
Idolon!
he's actually gonna heal bomb. There's no way Idolon kills this. He has 1 second. He's gonna be a draw. He draws. No, he doesn't. Oh my god, the Dazzle survives at 50 HP, and Dazzle proves me wrong.
Feels bad. I think that broke the streak too. There's nobody streaking anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So before we do leave Cyrillics, looks like with the barricades, I am betting that you're spot on. I'm betting that this will go into Magic for a late game. But for now, where you want to go?
We shall jump to Jollik here. We haven't seen Jollik yet. Is running the Legion Commander Demons stuff. This isn't, this isn't unusual, but certainly going to be interesting how he decides to do so.
Dazzle OP. Yeah, that's exactly right, Ekamic.
Exactly. We'll be against Faceless, who is also running Knights. Luckily for Faceless, he has access to the Luna, and I feel like this is a bit rough.
Boom.
Legion Commander does do a decent amount of damage. One shots the Chaos Knight there. Tries to push forward. The Dazzle is gonna heal bomb though. The Dazzle was MVP last fight, but I'm not sure if it's MVP this fight. And unfortunately, not the case. Legion Commander just hits too hard. Jog will take this handedly.
I think that was 4 kills on Legion Commander right there. It was 4 kills on Legion Commander. That puts him at 15 with 34 dual damage. Hard to chew through that with the Vanguard. But here comes the Nesix. 3 enthralls, 2 enthralls. There's going to be a yoink coming out. Momo Ring. So Eno and Brawny seem to be going hand in hand a lot today. 2 jewels.
No Hopkins.
My goodness.
Yeah, no Hopkins this time. Luna, I mean,
yeah.
it only makes sense, right? When you're running the summoner composition, I mean, summoners really want sustain, and Jewel gives you that with Happy Hour, I believe. Gives you an ability to, it gives a lot of healing over time on a lot of summon units, and that's what you really want. Unlike Eno, who is a flat heal, I believe, and it's percentage based for Jewel, so the summon units will be able to sort of power through some of the damage, albeit not a lot, but still, it is very efficient.
It's a big ogre against Jollik, but it's not enough to bring down this LC. This LC is becoming a monster. This Legion Commander, there's only 2 builds for Legion Commander right now out there. It's on No Way and Jollik, although we have seen the splash into the Brawny. It can take a bit, but yeah, it's not enough, so Jollik will get that win, goes streaking, no problem. Now, you were talking about the percentage heals and all that, right? With Jewel as well on top of things, right? Happy Hour is staggered damage, and when you have a ton of health, it can go really well with Brawny. It's just nobody's going for it with the Brawny. They're going for it with all these summons today. And I was under the impression that Nesix was like your top Underlord for summoner builds.
Yeah, well, at this point, summoner builds want that sustain, want that barrel, don't want those barrels or the Happy Hour. Either way, again, just a lot of sustain over time. They like that sort of stuff, and as long as that keeps going, it would be solid. I mean, at the moment, Jollik streaking at the moment against with the NE6, of course, for that heal, will be against. Speaking of which, Luna, who is running the summoners, we'll see how this will go. I mean, not summoners anymore. Has a Sword Spirit, really wants to transition out into mages, but at the moment, still just looking for it. The duel comes out on the Storm Spirit, and that's not what you want to have. It just disappears from existence there, and these summoners are a bit exposed. The Golem will drop in the back and will pick that off. And unfortunately, I don't think this composition will last very much longer. There are a lot of Eidolons, but a lot of Eidolons will not carry this unless Requiem does.
Nope.
I mean, Venomancer is being... Nope, he's getting picked off. Unfortunately, again, not enough.
Oh my god, so many kills. Jollik is really kicking themselves in the pants that they don't have a cloak or pike for this Legion Commander. Like 22 kills in 12 rounds, you're averaging almost 2 kills a round, like as an average, which is pretty insane. Big shout out once again. The anonymous gifter is striking down tier 1 subs for all of our community members. It seems a little bit over time. Jitch, welcome to the family, buddy. I know you're not listening, but yeah, you get that cool Underlords Pro icon. Yup. That's exactly right, Zex. Yup. Okay, so I guess we're still here with Jollik. So take it away.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, again, just reiterating what I'm saying, against another summoner build as well, Jewel trying to do as much as possible, but gets dueled, so dead.
Dang.
As he just pushes forward. Legion Commander again showing why she is so good in these Knight composition. Gets a Knight buff on top of the Warlock buff, on top of the Champion buff. Of course, just cutting through everything, just doing a lot of damage, just powering through. Another chop in the choke as Jolik gets another win here. A lot of Eidolon. I mean, the Eidolons at this point are more of an obnoxious distraction rather than actually a problem. And the reason for that is that Vanguard literally makes them deal 0 damage.
It definitely can, yeah.
Yep, 50% chance to make them do literally no damage. So, you know, fun times.
What are we getting? We have to re-roll that. Stonehall Cloak! Question mark?
That's a tanky boy. I mean, Vanguard is still so good against summoners.
Didn't take it.
So picks up a Blade Mail.
Okay, where's the Blade Mail going to go? It's looks like it's going to be on the Magnus there out in front. Just an interesting choice. I guess you do want to keep that cap on top of the Chaos Blade. I fully expected a Cloak to go on this LC. This LC is doing really well. It almost feels like she's part of a Brawny comp right now. She just keeps eating up all these Eidolons for extra kill counts, but there's nothing to stack on that. So, c'est la vie there, Blue. Jitch, of course we knew you were listening. That was a test, buddy. That was totally a test.
Yeah. Moment. I mean, at the moment, Jolik, again, still streaking. It's a bit impressive for the side. Again, just trading here. Actually, No Way might start to fight back. No Way running that pseudo knight. Already has a Necrophos. Gets a pickup. Actually steals the Legion Commander. This might be a bit of a disaster for the side of of Jolik. Jolik, his own creation, has turned against him. What a disaster. This monster is a Vanguard, which means that the companion of an E6 does literally no damage to it. Look at that go. It just gets cut through. And an E6, fortunately, will lose this. And Jolik loses streak to himself.
That was either a 6 or 7 streak. I'm not sure which. It was definitely not more than 7. That's for sure. That feels bad. Gets denied right at the end. Still got a lot of cash out of it for the streak itself. Just wasn't able to complete the cash in. So this means Momo sitting at 81. We're gonna jump up to the Brawny player. Has a pike. Strangely enough, on Juggernaut.
Yeah.
What is the kill count on that? 8. That's not great.
Currently running the Mooring is running against the Relics here. Again, fighting against the Summoner build. And it looks like he will come out on top here. A lot of Eidolons, but this is just feeding the Brawny streak. I mean, I'm just keeping count here. He's gotten so many kills already. Currently at 46 kills. And counting. Right now, Sorcerer doing as much as he can, but Static's still going to shut down any shenanigans that could come out. And these Eidolons, again, just feast for the flesh flies, or whatever Necrophos says.
Feast for the flesh flies. Is that something somebody says in this game?
Yes, Necrophos says that.
What?
So,
what does that mean?
I mean, I don't know. Flesh flies, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways,
alright.
Baborig gets a couple more kills. I think he did get several on top of summons as well. So again, all those summons gives him an extra 1 or 2 kills, and that's pretty much enough.
That was 9
to,
total, by the way.
Push over the edge. Yeah, exactly. So 9 total on top of summon kills, by the way. So again, just
no,
so
9
much.
total kills.
9 total kills.
Yep.
On top of
we
the
were at
summoner
46.
kills?
Now we're at 55 for the bonus.
Oh, right. So 9.5 kills. Got it.
Yep.
So good. As they keep pushing forward here against Jolik. Jolik, previously streaking, now is against his body composition. That Legion Commander is the saving grace. The Mortimer's Kiss is going to come through. They'll kill off a lot of these units, and they will do so. Now the Blade Mail is stolen by the Anno, so Legion Commander was killing herself, but instead the Anno leaves for some reason. Well, obviously, it's sort of obligated to leave, so Legion Commander will be just running around, gonna get kited, gonna get rooted, and Memorial will get that win again.
I mean, like, if the Legion Commander's coming at me, I'm probably going to leave too, man. She's a scary beast at this point in the game. Still only the 2 players with the Legion Commanders. We'll throw up a tab here just for everyone to see as we're wrapping up into round 16 with Momo Ring out in front. 50 health between top and bottom. That's quite the spread. Faceless, we're going to have to start looking at Faceless soon because his 4 Knights and Trolls and Heartless, unfortunately, are just not really rocking it. And despite the fact, like, there's 3 players with Luna out here, all 3 of them are in the bottom 4. So that's a little disheartening to hear. But into round 16 we go. Net worths are fairly static. The records are looking good for the top, but the bottom have certainly taken their hits. And we're going to transition over to Faceless for this next round, since he's the one kind of heart-throbbing and bleeding out the quickest.
Speaking of bleeding out, he also bleeds out in money just to put another unit down. And yes, you have technically the standard, knight strategy. I'm not sure how effective it is when half of it is in 1-star. So we'll have to see. Right now against Jollik. Jollik, again, not the greatest strat in the world either, but the Legion Commander's been carrying him. We'll see how far it gets him this time. Legion Commander against Silence, but finally gets a duel off. One-shots the Witch Doctor. We'll probably 3-shot the Dazzle. We'll follow suit. The Warlock will follow as well. Getting a lot of these kills, a lot of the damage output will go his way. The Golems will be traded. The Golems will be doing a lot of work, but Legion Commander doing too much here. The Luna, I don't think, will contest too much in this Golem. Unless he kills in time, the Bat Rider is not going to be able to 1v1 the Legion Commander. If the Bat Rider died in time, Legion Commander would have been a bit of a spooky.
It's just extra stars that you take to the face at this point. But it wasn't like it was a stomp by any means. Faceless will take that 5 damage. Jollik will continue to stay up there. Mask doesn't seem super great here, but...
Oh, he's a Luna.
Never mind. Has a Luna. Right. Okay. Immediately just picks it up, throws it out. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though. Faceless's numbers are not looking great, because really the only big damage dealer you do have is that Luna.
At the moment, frontline is all 1-star. That's a problem right now for Faceless. You never want to see your Omni Knight and Abaddon at 1-star. Has access to a Omni Knight in the shop, but again, out of money, will probably wait until he gets the opportunity to do that. Faceless now against the wall, fighting Luna. Mage is Primordial. How long has it been since I've seen a full mage with Primordials on the team? It's been a very long time. We'll see how well this goes. Toss-up will connect, and Waveform as well, but the heal just counteracting it so well. The Jewel not doing very much in the main strat now. Unfortunately, the Jewel trying his best. The Storm Bolt and the Waveform trying to do as much damage, but it hasn't gotten a single kill yet. The Caudal Blast as well, still no kills. Finally gets a kill on the Omni Knight. Finally Lich Ult bounces through, tries to get a kill, but Null Cigar, he gets 1 kill in total. Luna takes 15 damage to the face.
Oof, feels bad. We were talking about how we haven't seen a 6 magic, and now we finally saw a 6 magic, and it lost like super hard up against Knights, because Knights damage reduction, you take that damage to the face, it's what, minus 40% on top of the healing that's coming out here with the rejuvenating ritual. We have the 3 Warlock, the 4 Healer, right? This is a very durable comp from Faceless. So he might have bled down to this point very quickly, but he is somewhat stabilizing and going toe-to-toe with everyone that is doubling his health. There is nobody close to as low as he is. But if things continue on this way, it looks like they might be able to knock out some others along the way. Before we do get into this one, Momo Ring did finish streak. So those 4 Brawnies are currently on an 8 streak and counting.
Absolutely. Right now, Jitch on Twitch running that Luna with a Mask of Madness. We'll see if that Glaive will be enough. Remember, the AoE heals is pretty brutal. Ravage will connect on only a small portion of the enemy team. Faceless is going to do some damage here, trying to push forward. The Bear on the right-hand side going to root the Dazzle. Dazzle getting caught out. It's actually pretty big important because the heal bombs are pretty major, but she's not dead yet, and he's still continuing to stay alive in the heals. He's not dead. Please kill the Dazzle before the heal bomb occurs. Look at this. All the units are still alive. The only Knight's the only one dead. No, scratch that, because all the Knight is still alive. Jitch on Twitch 615 again. Only 1 unit lost for Faceless, and that's because the healers refuse to die.
Healers doing their job, can't say otherwise, keeping everybody alive and just knocking people down. We are going to see some big chunks if this continues on. And if that is going to be coming to light, right? Momo is, again, the only one kind of super healthy at this point. Those Brawnies now actually have 2 Warlock to go with them on top of the Dragon, but 30 health between them and the pack, and then almost like another 20 health from the packed end of Faceless. That tree doesn't know what the hell it's doing. That's great. Faceless and Luna, round 2. Says,
Yeah, Yeah, we'll be against mages. I mean, we saw how mages fared against this, but Chrono Cube may be a different factor because then you can't heal, but then they full heal anyway. They say, oh, we can't heal, we'll heal anyway. It doesn't matter. The Abaddon gonna front line, just trying to take some damage, finally getting it picked off. So that's one kill. The stun, I'm gonna connect, but look at all that heal. They sustained so long. The Golem at the back gonna do some damage. The Chrono Blast as well gonna connect, but the Dazzle getting one last heal off, but finally the healer's formation collapses, but at what cost? Just the Shadow Fiend, and both the DPS cores still alive.
Is Momo still fighting? No, Momo lost. Momo finally broke streak at 9. Doesn't get into another cashable streak for him. Faceless now up, I think, 4. But you're right. Like, the healers, the damage reduction, it's all coming together very nicely. We got the 2 Heartless in there with those trolls on top of it all here for Faceless. So if we can if we can get that front line up just another star, that's all they need. Just one more star, Blue.
He actually
they'll be fine.
He actually opts into spending his economy to buy a Troll Warlord, put it on the field. Yes, that's nice, but I'm not sure if this is best idea. Now he's money starved to reroll to get the more higher star units. He's against the Brownies, which again has Static Storm gonna shut down a lot of these units. The Mortimer's Kisses as well stacking on top of the healers. Look at that Abaddon! It's not dead, it's been bursted, but it's still alive. The front line finally collapses. One of the healers are down. Luna is so low, but the healing is still sustainable. But the Axe, he doesn't care about your healing. As long as you're low enough, he will dunk your face in, and one dunk comes in, the 2 dunk comes in, and we'll push forward. It's just the Torwald and the Dazzle now. 3 dunk comes in as the Axe is unrelenting. No mana cost in this game as dunk number 3 comes in, or dunk number 4, dunk number 5 as well. Rampage dunks actually for the Axe.
Rampage dunks. God, I miss those old sound effects. Yeah. Good stuff from the Axe coming out. The Disruptor was obviously the big key component right there to shutting down Faceless, and that puts him now into a death range. And to join him down there is our newest sub by an anonymous gifter, Jitch. Is sitting at 32. We haven't really seen what he's been doing, but I commented early. He was our first blue icon of the day. He has 3 warrior. So we're going to actually follow Jitch, who spends his economy just there, gets into level 9 to join Faceless, a few level 9s across this lobby, but 2 Savage, 4 Vigilant, with 3 Warrior, 2 Druid, and some Heartless to boot.
We don't pull this off, I'm never hearing the end of it.
Yeah. Point time Faceless 15 HP. Will be against Jollik here. Jollik running that Legion Commander, very notorious and very attack fast because the IO is doing a lot of the attacking bonus. Both the healers are already dead. Duel 1 comes out. Troll is dead. Luna's gonna follow. Gets one shot practically down to 0. Faceless is obliterated out of this fight. 16 damage. Jollik secures that kill.
Jolly got the kill, but I was watching Jitch, who unfortunately also drops real quick. The armors, correct me if I'm wrong, but having all this plus armor from Warriors, Blue, means nothing against mages.
No, they do nothing.
He got run
9
over.
Armor.
Literally trampled by Luna and the Coddles.
Exactly. I mean, this 9 bonus armor effectively gives a lot of these warriors, I believe, around 37% physical damage resistance, around 40, around that ballpark. But magic resistance, still a base 25, which means that they still eat a lot of magic damage for breakfast. Obviously, Tidehunter is here, so you can pair the scale quite easily down the line. But I'm not sure if he will have the time. Jitch, basically running with just scrap pieces of whatever he can find.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the comp has come together for him, but we got 2 mages in here with a Brawny still kicking. Everybody has demons, but it's up to Jitch and these warriors to survive up against these Brawnies.
Unfortunately, no sustain. Static Storm gonna connect twice, so the Drow is gonna disappear from existence. Luna will follow suit. Templar Assassin finally gets the shield off. Actually blocks the dunk, but the Axe keeps dunking until he breaks all of those shields. Refraction charges for what? You have infinite dunks against an infinite Axe. Unrelenting. Another dunk comes into the bear, and the Anno will be the following secure. In fact, I just realized Memorial has 2 axes. Oh my god.
Does he really? Holy crap.
He has 2 axes. Oh my god. They have
12 kills and 2 kills on
Yep, they both have 6,000 HP, and they have double dunking. This is so disgusting.
Double dunking. Yeah, it sounds like me and my coffee in the morning with my donuts. But here in Underlords, it's a scary place to be because Momo Ring is up 34 health. And then you come all the way back down here. Jitch is fighting for his life, so he does not go out in 7th. Luna, how the mighty have fallen, are fighting for their health down here as well in round 3 today. And Ceremonials with Jollik also under 30 health. This is quite the spread today here, Blue.
Can we try to kill them
Chich
this
hoping
time?
that Voids will carry him. I mean, absolutely, it's quite an interesting spread. Jollik, of course, that Legion Commander, we keep talking about it, is a 3-star Legion Commander, gets picked up instantly, the Chaos Knight does. Perhaps the duo will not be as good because of the Vigilance buff, but no, he's getting focused, but he heals so fast! The duo went off so quickly, the buffs were still active, all out attack, gonna buy some time before the Traverse gets picked up, but the Golem's done. Gonna buy way too much time for that Legion Commander to stop becoming stunned, and Jitch unfortunately eliminated at 7th place.
Wow, actually would
We
have
just got to the first lobby.
it would have went out in 6th if Luna had taken one more hit. But it doesn't actually happen. Luna will survive now. 1 health separating them from 6th place. Jitch, we hope you enjoy your sub, buddy, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see you in Group A in round 4 today. Level 10, the first level 10, as Luna spends the entirety of their bank in order to get in here, sells a 3, picks up a 2-star Razor, and that's that's basically just it. 2 Druids to join Luna on the field, but yeah, 6 Magic actually could go out in 6, not giving it a good placement today.
Unfortunately, Magic, you know, Anti-Mage would not be very pleased. Anyway, the Brawnies will be pushed forward here. Again, the Disruptor still has that double silence. Will commit 1. The Auto Blast completely canceled. Mortimer's Kiss is going to pop, and look at those mages melt. They don't even get a chance. Lich Ult will bounce through, but a dunk comes out. Dunk number 1. Dunk number 2 doesn't even need to happen because they're so low. The Axe is just chasing around saying, where's my dunk? He gets his dunk right there. Clean kill. And second dunk doesn't even occur. Luna going to take 18 damage. Momoring with these double axes, with this double disruptor silence, is looking a bit unstoppable. Currently, I believe, at 130 kills with 4,000 bonus HP on these axes.
Okay, my goodness. Momo really kind of hit bank early with those extra Brawnies. Those Brawnies have not lost or have very seldomly lost as they're sitting at a 18-6 record as we go into round 25. So some big items coming out. Tombstone, Butterfly, Bloodthorn, Dagon, and another Bloodthorn. That's a Bloodthorn on Momo, which, going on Axe? Immediately goes on an Axe. Yeah, that's great.
Of course. Because
so
Axe is Axe.
Momo might be streaking, but we're going to sit here with Jollik, who just hit 10. Everybody that dies was actually at 10. Well, I don't think Jitch was at 10. I think he was at 9. But Luna and Faceless, I believe, were both at 10. Now Jollik empties the bank, gets 10 there, has the 10 rainbow set up. This is do or die time for Jollik, Blue.
Absolutely. Currently has the 10 alliance buff, so this is as good as it gets. At least for now, we'll have to deal with the Tombstone and a Mage strat. Does not have any magic resistance to speak of, but it's all about the Legion Commander. The Aya was tethered to the Bad Rider. That's not the target you want, but the duel will pop. The Jewel instantly will push in the Tombstone. And look at this. Go! He doesn't care. He says, no, get out of my game, mages. I don't want you in my game. Get out of my game. What are you even doing here? As he kills everything in 2 hits or less. Call dominoes, because we have a better deal in our hands with Legion Commander.
The Legion Commanders have been really impressive today. There's only 2 of them in this lobby. We had, 5 in our first game of the day. But the rainbow, the 11 stack rainbow, no, 10 stack rainbow here for Jollik, 9 stack for No Way. We'll bring up the tab for everyone here as we're into round 26. I'm told actually that this is probably the longest running group of this round, which means that either A, people really started much quicker than we did, or B, they all died and we're just kind of like hanging on at this point. So these are the builds.
Well, we're around 20. Yeah.
For better or for worse, man. This is it.
Exactly. Jollik right now will be against No Way. One of these players will fall here, I believe, down the line. So Jollik will push through here. No Way again running that Legion Commander. We are Legion Commander. Legion Commander duel will come out and look at that damage output. One Legion Commander just hits harder than the other. The Bloodbound Contract doing so much damage as well. Just penetrating through all of these front line. It just Disruptor Sun's not even enough. The Trolls in the back line as well, doing a lot of damage. Liking it in the left-hand side, dealing with the Chaos Knight. But just like that, Legion Commander kicks no way out the door.
20 health to take. Ceremonials is going to be sitting at 16 as Cyrillic's 1. And now let's take a quick look at Jolik's Shadow. The Shadow did not win. So, shocker, right?
No, the Shadow...
Oh.
No, actually, the Shadow did stomp mowering into the ground.
What?
Because of
I
Legion
click
Commander.
on Shadow and nothing happens. It must have put me on Momo. Okay, my bad.
So Legion Commander did. Okay, Legion Commander on Momoring's board did 30,000 damage. So just to put a note there.
That
Who needs voids
is
when you can
insane.
just? Yeah, I mean, who needs voids when you can just one-shot Brawlies at 6,000 HP? You know, axe for what?
81 kill Legion Commander.
Yep. Who needs a solo bike at this point? It's actually a monster. It's so disgusting. We'll be against Ceremonials. Ceremonials will definitely have to put up more of a fight. If he gets a Doom off in this Legion Commander, that'd be the most ideal target, but he gets silent. Absolutely disastrous as he gets silent in the middle of it. Shadow Fiend also gets silenced as the Doom comes out as well. And look at this Legion Commander go. He doesn't even care. He's not even evolved from a Druid buff. He's just like wonk, bonk, 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 bonk as Jolik deals 20 damage to Ceremonials. And oh my god, this Legion Commander, there's no breaks on this Legion train.
Wow.
Cyrillics will go at 3rd place against Momoring. And now it's just Bronies versus Legion Commander.
So Momo was at 74 3 rounds ago. Is sitting at 41. Has taken his licks. But does actually kick out Ceremony down to 4th. The Cyrillics to 3rd.
Yeah. So the only licks he's taken is from Jolik, actually. So Momoring has
That's
a
not
bit
good.
of a pickle. Yeah, that's a bad sign that your only opponent that's wounded you is now your final opponent. Of course, one loss, Jolik will then go down, but of course, Legion Commander will not let go without a fight. Is actually gonna spawn at 3-star. Legion Commander might have to pull out all the stops here, pull out all the stop signs. No yielding. We will push forward. Static Storm gonna shut him down. Legion Commander is not gonna get duel off, but finally gets duel off. Look at that chop through. That's an axe. That is 6,000 HP. Are you kidding me? It's already dead. Its evasion doesn't even matter. Legion Commander, relax. He's just gonna push through. He's gonna get hexed though because of that sheep stick on the side of the Necrophile. He's gonna finally get through. But look at this. The Bronny's already dead. He just cuts through. He hits them 8 shots like breakfast. And Viper, non-factor, why do you pop in front of the Legion Commander, Endo? That's probably the worst target to be in front of. What a total disaster.
I am not convinced there's really anything Momo can do up against something that hard hitting. It's insane. Vesture of the Tyrant is an interesting idea. We'll pick it up for the Brawny. You got a ton of health. Takes you a long time to die, and then when you finally do, live on 6 more seconds. We'll see if that works, but you called it, right? 6,000 health axe gets chopped down. Hopefully these guys are going to be like trying to place each other, but so far Momo is not budging. He's like, okay, there we go. A little bit of a change. The Necro goes over.
He has
If this axe gets caught with Legion Commander again, like, I mean, that's one of your best units out of the game.
6,000 HP. 6
Still there.
hits, apparently, Legion Commander says.
They're just
will
going to
be
go right to each
against
other.
this axe. I mean, this axe currently at 10,665 HP. We'll see how it goes. Vesture of the Tyrant will definitely change things because that means the axe will survive for another 5 seconds. But look at him go. He's already dead. He gets 1 dunk off. He gets a second dunk off perhaps down the line. But he's already dead. The Vesture of the Tyrant going to buy some time for a lot of these units, but it's not going to be enough. Your borrowed time is just that. Borrowed time. The Hex is going to come out on Legion Commander, but the Momori is trying to do as much damage as possible, but it's not enough. He's killed off at least only 3 units. The Juggernaut going to try his best, but the Legion Commander just penetrates through all of his main damage sources. And so nothing is left. Nothing at all.
It's like they're doing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Feels bad.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, feels bad. Like Momo had such a dominant game with something like 18 and 6, 18 and 7, has now ended up into 19 and 10 and is on the verge of 1 more round to get knocked down to 2nd, giving Jolik the 1st with this rainbow commander that sometimes does go 3-star because of the druids in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has to hope this is a 2-star droid for this fight. because that's the only way he has a chance, perhaps. And yes, it is. He gets a 2-star Legion Commander, which means it is weaker, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be as efficient. The duel will come out. Look at that pop go. Veteran Tyrant, though, making it very difficult. That means the duel is bugging out, but it should be fun. Legion Commander, in fact, is low out. He's only a 2-star, so that means he's going to go down. Legion Commander's dead, but perhaps the axe, he has to do enough here. The dunk will be enough. He has to dunk this Magnus. He doesn't get it. He gets silenced. That is absolutely disastrous. The Juggernaut will have to do enough, but the Golem does pure damage, so he goes down. But Warrior survives at 1 HP, and that was with a Legion Commander that wasn't even 3-star.
Might have been the difference. Might have actually been the difference if it was 3-star or not right there. We did get a Jug 3 completed for that round, so Momo did better with the Jug 3, but by the end of it all, it's just not enough damage, right? We just don't have enough to punch through and take care of business.
This Legion Commander was literally only using 50% of its power, as it was only 2-star. It wasn't at its full power. Jollik versus Momoring here. We'll see if RNG favors him, and it is in fact only a 2-star Legion Commander. Perhaps this is it. This will be it. He has to do enough damage to force force Jollik down to the ground. Momoring does, because the dual Legion Commander, he's Hex. He's not able to do anything. The demon buff is gonna be expiring soon, and in fact it does expire. So it means the Legion Commander has not done enough damage. Now Momoring now has the upper hand here. Now just has to win this fight. Legion Commander gets assistance from the goal, and the Disruptor gonna get picked off in the back with the axe. Remember, he's still alive. He's gonna spin, he's gonna duck, he's gonna get one, he's gonna get two. Juggernaut doing a lot of damage to the front, but the Legion Commander not gonna do enough damage here because no longer demon buff, but the axe not gonna do enough. Momoring, he has to win this. It's not enough. Even in a 2-star Legion Commander, he does way too much. Momoring loses that from 71. Jollik chops him straight down, just like Legion Commander chops down a 10,000 HP axe, apparently.
It was quite the run, you know. It was quite the run. Momo Ring was sitting at 74 at like round 22 or something. But we go the distance. We hit 32. Jollik hits the sweet spot with the 4 trolls, the double druid, sometimes promoting the LC up. But the heals, the Savage, and the LC, I think, ended up at like 97 or 98 kills, which, again, is absolutely insane. And the LC didn't even get a pike, right? It was a butterfly. So the butterfly was a good idea. Definitely feeling like if we had a pike, we would have seen it on there. Definitely didn't even go for the cloak. I'm pretty sure we had an option for it earlier. But c'est la vie. Win is a win is a win. Jollik at first, Momo into second. That's the wrong button. There we go. And now that round 3 is all wrapped up, we're going to be waiting for the scores, and bam, just like that, our admins, our amazing admins, who you guys should totally contact to run your stuff here at Underlords Pro, have the scoreboards done. So look at that. Jollik with 1, 2, and 1 will get 42 points to their name as we go into round 4.
Oof. Straight at the bottom.
Yeah, Jitch went all the way down. That sub, he was too happy about the sub, went celebrating, forgot how to warrior against mages, and plummeted, unfortunately.
Yeah, look at this comeback. Nervin actually goes from 3rd lobby to 1st lobby now, going 3-2-1. We'll see if he keeps it going in the final lobby, so to speak. And yeah, at the moment, Vandisar, Glucose. This is, I believe, the first lobby we've seen for Glucose, at least for lobby A. Cyrillic, Ceremonials, Luna. I believe now we are seeing them again as well. There's mostly new faces. Vandisar Gold went from 1-7-1. He actually lost the 2nd lobby and then came straight back up, straight to 1st lobby. Again, just a lot of interesting faces here. We'll see again.
Man, Rampage certainly had a bit of a roller coaster. Sitting down there at number 14, went 1st, last, 2nd. So quite the loop doing that. But you know, has climbed back up, gets 28 points themselves. Immortal. We've seen him in the chat saying good things about Luna. Luna does drop a bit, going from 1-1 down to 1-1-6. But we should still see Luna in the top party here, the party A. That is not the right button at all. But we are being told that now that the lobbies are all being sent out, that we are not that far from a game. So we're going to throw it to a quick break, guys. Should be back within 5 minutes. So this is your last chance. Go grab a friend. Go grab your drinks, your popcorn. This is round 4. This is likely our last round of the day. We will have our complete points, and then we will have our league tallies after week 4, all wrapped up after this. So, Blue, yeah, you're doing the right thing. Let's relax. Let's take it easy. 5 minutes. We'll be back. Last round of the day, guys. Don't go anywhere. right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the all clear because round 4 of week 4, Group A is assembled, ready, and it's time to make Voltron. I mean, to play the final round of today.
Yeah, now it's time. A lot of familiar names. I'm pretty sure we have 5 players here from the initial lobby still in it. I mean, that proves how consistent these players are, right? The reason why they are in lobby A is because they are so good at the game. And we shall see who is numero uno, or at least numero uno in this lobby, and perhaps in points down the line. Look at that water. Ooh.
I was going to say, wait, is that a funeral march that I hear? No, it's just people hitting these. Yeah, okay, cool. Everybody's hitting them. Sweet. Yeah, so Momo Ring, Luna, Jollik, all familiar names that we've seen today. Vandersar Dota dropped out of our 3rd round, but has come back, bounced back into the 4th to be in Group A. Cyrillics, our new names for this round is Nervin 5, and I'm assuming Glucose, or G1. I think we'll just call him Glucose.
Yeah, no. I believe I call him Glucose, and then Nervin is just Nervin.
Nervin and
Jollik
Nervin.
reporting. Yeah, as per usual. Oh, it stopped raining. Very nice.
I'm going to have to leave this board. It's so musical.
Maybe next. Why is it so musical? Alright. Now, Luna might. No. Oh, that's.
Oh, Nervin 5 is Nirvana. Thank you, Vandersar. Good luck, buddy. Let's say so Nirvana. I guess the 5 means I guess. I don't know. Say it'll be. All good.
Nirvana. It's whatever. Yep. At the moment, nothing too crazy. Again, I mean, Jollik open forting. We'll see.
Oh my goodness! I am leaving Luna's board.
Is it still extremely loud?
Trolling me so hard right there.
I moved away. So you can look at the rest of the boards. Everybody just making those notes sing.
I'm on Glucose, just for reference.
Okay. We're on Glucose now. There's literally nothing here, luckily.
Yeah, thank you.
Should be fine. Memori and Glucose will be engaging though. So, I mean, double Shadow Demon. I'm not sure if Glucose actually expects to win this round. I highly doubt it. Double Shadow Demon isn't really the best opening
they silence
starter.
each other.
Yeah, you can't really do that. Double tap. It doesn't work. So yes, it's not the greatest opening. I don't think Glucose really expects to win any rounds there. I mean, a lot of people would just say, just open fort, because at this point, even winning will not matter. You'd rather get those free rerolls. But you never know. He gets a triple punch.
3 punches!
Ding, 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 ding.
What?
Ding, 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 ding.
Sell
He
sell
has
your
no
Knicks.
money to afford it.
Sell your Knicks. Sell your Knicks. Go grab it. I guess
But
there's
he
no
has
rush.
enough-
There's no rush.
Yeah, there's no rush here.
Glucose is 0. Oh, he's 1-1. He's not even 0-2. Okay. Oh, he sold
He sells
everything.
everything, in fact. Because at the moment, he realizes that if he buys all 3 punches, and then the next assassin, if he loses this round, which he might, it's 1 Chaos Knight.
It's a
what's the
2-star
big deal?
Chaos Knight.
Yeah, he's gonna attack real slow though.
Oh
so
my
I don't
God.
think this is a win. He doesn't have an animation reset either, so it's probably dead here. It's another Shadow Demonic Purge.
This
Very
is
nice.
actually the best case scenario for a double Shadow Demon.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario is just 1 target to Demonic Purge twice, and that's exactly what happened.
I actually thought Vandersar might win that simply because it was a 2-star Chaos Knight.
Yeah, unfortunately not the case. He has offered Luna and Drow now. Glucose getting a bit of solid ground against double Shadow Demon. Still not a good idea for most cases. Again,
I'm gonna
a
jump
lot of
up
things
to
dealing with that.
Nirvana for this one.
Of course,
Because
running double
it's-
bristleback.
Oh, it's not Brawny. Sorry, I just saw the double bristleback and assumed it
Ah,
was Brawny.
debated. We already have a Brawny player. Luna's running Brawnies. So I don't think we'll be
Apparently.
seeing Brawnies. Yep.
Let's go
So
for
Luna will
the-
be running Brawnies.
Yeah,
Nirvana will probably rotate out to Savages, so we'll see.
Oh, Luna has double bristle already. Yeah, I don't think Luna's going anything else.
He has double bristle and a snapfire. If Nirvana wants to contest this, it'll be interesting.
All right. So the only 4-0 player right now is Nirvana, so I will stick with them. It does look like Luna actually just picked up that Vanguard. What does Nirvana pick up? A Vanguard as well as a Chainmail. So, right, for two, our top two players. Cyrilix likes to go for early. I've noticed. Doesn't seem like it really matters if he's streaking. He is 3-1 for this streak, but we're sitting at 4-0 for Nirvana, so we'll stick with them. And our board is still kind of heavily in flux as expected. Blue, but good amount of Heartless and only 1 Insects. What happened to Insects? We had 5 Insects to start the day off by this time.
Now we have 2. It's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, just the lackluster benefits of the insect buff now recently, especially without hunters on the field, with more summoner players, with more brawny players. It's just there's not room for them at the moment in the meta, and a lot of their pairings are pretty dead. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like David and Goliath right there. That was a big ogre. Once again,
Gigantic.
Anonymous Gifter has struck some fear into our tier subs and given another one to Ed Wiener. Congratulations, Ed. Also, are you not in rounds, Ed? Did you drop out? You should be in a lobby at this point. But I hope you're doing all right there, buddy.
I didn't see him in the scoreboard, so
he is playing. He just not perhaps top 32, which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
I mean, regardless, Nervin
top 23.
Top 23. I see. There we go. At the moment, Bronny's non-existent. Apparently, both Luna and Nervin saw the other go Bronny's and said, "Okay, you can have it," and now neither going it at all. So
Nirvana. Say it with me. Nirvana. There you
go. Listen, you can't say Titada de Urso, so I might as well say Nervin. I'm kidding, but yeah. Nirvana.
Hey, you're gonna correct me. I'm gonna correct you back, buddy.
Fair enough. Speaking of fair enough, this Lycan certainly isn't fair enough. Just eating through a lot.
Round 4 Lycans are stupidly powerful.
Absolutely. I mean, 3-cost unit, probably one of the best 3-cost units in the game. Also has triple alliance, so you can pair it with a lot of things.
It's really uncanny how easily it is to slot a lone druid in with a Lycan, right? They just complement each other so very well.
Exactly. I mean, lone druid somehow doesn't count as human, but we'll roll with it.
Druid, it's in the name.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like Lycan doesn't have human in his name. He's a human. I mean, come on.
Lycanthropes are humans that turn into werewolves. That's lore. I know you're young. I know you're young.
But the question is, what is Lone Druid? Is he human or is he like a bear in human form? Like that's what I mean. Because he's still human, but why isn't he a human, savage druid?
Ask Valve, man. Ask Valve.
Yeah.
Why is Sven a human night fish? Okay, right? Like
because his mother was half, I believe.
Okay, so you know Dota lore for Sven, but not for Lone Druid.
I do know the lore for Lone Druid. He's the dude that holds the seed to reset the world once it destroys itself.
That sounds really depressing.
Yeah, I know. He's meant to be immortal, and he sees the end and beginning of life. Anyways, the point is, he's human too. Unless he's like a bear that looks like a human.
Yep, fair.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Big round for Nirvana, as we're just talking about lore. 7-0 right now. Luna's sitting at 5-2, so that's Luna's 5 streak. This is Nirvana's 7 streak, so could be the streak
should be his
complete.
cash-in round.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Has a summoner buff now with that Shadow Shaman and that Bristleback, getting a Savage bonus through. And we'll see how much damage it does. Gets a pick off on Shadow Demon. And the Pudge, Glucose, we did say that his team doesn't look very hot. And Nervin will cash in on that sweet bank. Luna, of course, has more money at the moment. So.
Luna's also now 6-0. So we'll swap over to Luna to see if we can get a streak complete there. Luna is back to Brawny. Didn't have it equipped. I don't think she sold any of them, but just didn't have it equipped when we were looking at it. So it looks like they will stick to it with the double bristle. Juggernaut out there now as well. Has an LC in the pocket. Don't know if it'll go anywhere, but for now, Brawny Insect for the early game for Luna, looking for an 8-0 streak.
Yeah, right now, wanting to cash in that streak. 2 more rounds. Lone Druid is here. is triple
Wait,
alliance.
round 9 lone druid? What are the odds on
Yep.
that? 5? 5% odds on that.
Yep, 5% odds on a lone druid. Hits it. So perfect there. Balances all things should be. Io
Got
with lone
2-starred.
druid.
My
Especially
God.
a 2-star. Yeah, especially 2-star lone druid. Gets that bear off. Will go roar as it goes around trying to chomp through everything. Summoner units. Obviously, gonna need a pairing there with Lycan, but doesn't have that Lycan, speaking of which. But the Io will do enough and will relocate before it goes down here. Probably gonna resummon the Bristleback, of course, to deal with Eidolons, especially with his insects. Actually, no,
Nix.
brings back the Nyx Assassin. That'll be perfectly fine, I guess. Obviously, you would want something else, but that should be fine.
None of the kills went to Bristleback. None of the kills went to Juggernaut because obviously Juggernaut's not out. So I don't know if Luna will stick with the summoners, or sorry, for the Savage. Could actually just stick with his Druid Savage, go into a summoner build. But there are now officially no Brawnies complete with a two-star alliance out anywhere. So we'll keep an eye on that. But here are your Underlords. 2 NOs, both with Yoink. We got the Hobgun with a friendly fire with Momo, but unlikely to be seeing magic at this point. And 4 in Essex, and then a Jewel with a happy hour to go with Primordial Summoner. Down there with Cyrillics on 71.
Yeah, a bit of a rough spot here. Luna still going. This is probably her cash-in streak here. We'll see if it's able, but is against Nervin. Both of them are a bit confused as to who's going Brawnies, but certainly Nervin wants it and will still have to push through against this Lone Druid Bear. But look at all these summons! Who let the dogs out? Who let the snakes out? Because that's a lot of animals, and that is going to be dealing with this Upper Assassin very easily. And this NO, there's too many beasts, and we'll take that win.
Snatches the streak away from Luna. That was the 7-0 into 8-0 round, so no cashing in for Luna. And Nirvana's still sitting at 100. 10-0 will, at 11, will restart the streak, because that will be the new 3-0 for Nirvana. But, all right, yeah, they slot in 2 Brawnies this time. So, you know, on our break, I asked you, it's like, are we ever going to see 2 people fighting over Brawnies? You're like, nah, because they completely lose. And it's somewhat happening. They keep putting it in and out here. They don't know. They know. They don't know.
All right, Luna has officially given up on it.
And so is Nirvana.
What? Yeah, they've both said no you after you, no you after you, and decided that, you know what? Instead of playing this confusing game of who plays Brawnies, we'll just not play Brawnies at all. And both players had the same mindset, so neither will play Brawnies this time. Rune will come out, so the bear might win the duel! It actually wins the duel! Oh my god, look at that bear go!
I mean, if you're not going to win a duel, you hope that it's on a temporary unit that can't carry it forward. So
exactly.
That's not so
Speaking
bad.
of which, Nervin actually loses this fight.
Well, no streak for him, then.
It's Glucose.
All right, so we've talked a lot about our top players here. By the way, did you know that when 2 people kind of like do this fight, or like you, that's called a Canadian conundrum?
What?
2 Canadians go to a door, and they're like, no you, no you, no you, no you, and they sit there until they starve. That's a Canadian conundrum.
Oh, what the okay. Well, the more you know, ladies and gentlemen, the more you know.
I'm going to jump to the bottom of the list here, Blue, give you some time to collect your thoughts, as we're all sitting here at 6 units. 52 health for Jollik. Far cry from the first place. We saw him just land. Double, I don't know if this will end up being a rainbow, but it's double Druid into an LC with a cap, I think. Oh, no, it's not a cap. It's just 2 Bloodbounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, doing a bit of decent work here at the moment for the side of Jollik. Jollik trying to push through, but unfortunately, Warring just swept his team. And the Magnus comes back to death. And Friendly Fire as well, kaboom.
Right on top of him.
Exactly.
Hold the phone. Wait, hold up. What's going on here? We're in round 12. Why does Luna have 3 Void out and winning?
Excuse me, what? I thought you were going to refer to the 38 HP, but that's also pretty random. What? A triple Void! That's a 4 cost, and a 3 cost. Okay.
Round 12 triple Void Alliance. What?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay, sure.
And they just
sure,
won. What?
I mean, this just shows the skill of a player, right? Getting all of those things. Very nice, very nice.
Okay, I had to really just look at the text here. Void did get nerfed. It's 40% chance for 4% damage. It used to be 5, and then they actually put in an internal cooldown on this as well. I guess we're stuck on Luna this round. I wanted to make sure that those insects were not Void affected, and they're not. Because I was like,
They're
maybe
not.
there's some
Only
hidden synergy I've never noticed.
No, only Void units does it. That's why it's been so nerfed to the ground. Void at the moment as well. Not as the tankiest bunch is against Momoring here. Momoring with all these insects just gonna nibble away at this composition of Luna. Luna has the bear, has a low druid, but I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. Friendly fire will pop this Eno, you can fly away to another game if you want. Not even gonna happen.
Probably would have been better off flying away to another game. Okay. I didn't
speaking of
expect these
yeah.
Voids to win.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted they won, and yeah, it doesn't look like they're really going to do too well here. So
I mean, speaking of flying away to another game, Jalik might be doing that real soon at 30 HP by round 13. 60 HP by 13 rounds. Let's do the quick math on that. He bleeds about an average of 4 HP a round.
yeah,
That
kinda
is
sucks.
That's rough.
We'll stick on Jollik just to see if they will be making a swift exit. But, you know, the very top of the board is Momo at 87. Then it kind of gets like 70s to 60s, and then Jollik just way down here. Trying to get that rainbow on board. It's taking its time.
He has an armlet of Mordigin as well. I'm not sure if this is the best idea in the world. Again, it's a flat 100 HP. It doesn't matter if you have damage resistance or not. It will take 100 HP per second. This KS9 is doomed to die eventually, but it's doing a lot of damage here. Will be against Nirvana is doing a lot. So the Serpent Wards as well. Gonna summon in the backline. Not actually trapping anything. The Podge gets stolen as well. Legion Commander, his abilities have expired. Now just trying to do as much as possible. The Serpent Ward still in the back trying to do support damage, but the Omni Knight survives. Out heals himself, but the Anno also doing obnoxious amounts of damage will go fall.
All right, there we go. A little bit of a stabilized kill there, as Jollik should be very happy that they're not continue to bleed. What is the state of this Legion Commander? It's a 1-star. It has 5 kills. Only has the Gloves of Haste. 16 duel damage is what? 4 duels, 1 in 15 rounds, or so. I think it's +4. It is +4. It's +5. So how did they get 16 dual damage? Now they have 24 dual. Weird. That's a bit of a visual. So either way, not a lot of duels won by the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, against Glucose here, is maybe perhaps turning his luck around against his Vigilance Hunters. Not the greatest, but they're now all standing in the Midnight Pulse, and that's not what you want to see. An Ogre gets stolen, and ouch. Now dropping to single digits here, or sorry, the ones factor, yeah. Drops to 18, and Jollik, I mean, we saw him in the same position before, though. That was with a Rainbow Legion Commander strat. Everything was in the palm of his hand, but now, no money, no problem. Well, more problems, actually. Not no problems.
Yeah, you want no money, no problems, but it's just not working out that way. Momo took a big hit that round as well. Momo has certainly done an interesting pivot into 3 warriors. So has Nirvana. So I guess it's not a Luna mirror anymore. Luna is transitioning eventually into 3 assassins, it seems. Just happen to have the Voids on deck, so that's why they got slotted in. But Luna has definitely been losing rounds since we did check in on that. Cyrilix with the 4 Magic, 4 Primordial with the double summoner. I think they did this last round, went out in top 4, but I think it was 4th place. So we'll have to see how it fares here.
Jollik against Luna. Luna running Assassin Voids, actually. Mixing it up a little bit in the last lobby. Trying to do a bit of damage with that Slark. Gonna do some damage in the back line. So trying to do as much as possible here. Jollik pushing forward here. Gonna kill off a lot of units. The Void Spirit pushing out here. And now Luna, actually the fight is turning a little bit. But it shouldn't be enough. Unfortunately, Jollik here, again, his composition, not even that, now at 10 HP.
Down to 10. Feels bad by round 16. Could be out by 20 and has no money. Jollik is not econing at all. Is at the 1 cash here, so is just rolling down looking for these upgrades. I have no idea what the heck they were even trying to prioritize there, but they immediately take a butterfly, throw that onto their 1-star commander. By 17 here, Blue. And doesn't seem like the first reroll got them anything good. Well, it got them a Troll Warlord, I guess. But can you even slot that in? Feels bad.
Yeah.
No Legion Commander. No Legion Commander. Out of cash. Could be it. Absolutely could be it for Jollik here. Wait, was that
Yeah.
2? That's 2 Maranas. Oh, the luck.
Yeah, two Maranas. Literally no money to afford it. So unfortunately, stuck on this bit of a pickle. Now pushing forward, Jollik and Vandesar will be engaging here. Vandesar has such a strong composition. You can see just like a rock wall in front of him, but the duel will come out. Maybe this is a turn for the beginning of the end. Maybe the comeback will arise at 10
Nah.
HP in a dream, but the stun comes out. The Legion Commander, I think there's too much weight on the shoulders of this Legion Commander. He doesn't thrall the Abaddon. The Luna is gonna glaive through, but the Legion Commander is finally dead. It's gonna be up to this Abaddon that was stolen by the Doom, but it's not going to work out either. Dropped to exactly 1 HP in a dream.
-9. I want to know how this happened. Momo and Glucose drew, and they drew very quickly. So I want to know how that happened. It had to have been like some summons or something that ended up, but they're both Hunters Heartless. So yeah, I have no idea how that worked, but you know, they didn't lose health, whereas everybody else got chunked pretty hard. And now Jollik is do or die. They gotta make it work, and they just do not have that Legion Commander as an upgrade. They have this Troll Warlord, and they can't even throw it in. No money to go up to 9.
Clearly, we need a new plan.
Feels bad, man.
At the moment, Jollik versus Momoring. Momoring is running Vigilance. If anything, this is the perfect time because the front line of a Hunter composition is not the strongest. So if Legion Commander can push through, this will be the chance to heal. And the push through may be coming here. This is the last chance, but the Anisa gets picked up in the front line. Enthrall is available, will steal the punch very nicely, but the Legion Commander might get popped by a friendly fire. Actually, friendly fire is gonna miss. A lot of them are gonna miss. So, but unfortunately, the Explosivo gonna pop so much. It's just the Pudge left, and I don't think Pudge was gonna bring this back. Jollik will take 6 damage.
Good run overall for Jollik in 3 rounds. Got into the last round Group A based upon placements, but man, cruel twist of fate at the end as they do go out first, and they go out first by a wide margin on top of it. So where do you want to go here, Blue, as we look at our top 7 here for the day?
Well, now with Jollik like unfortunately out, the board seems pretty even. So we'll follow Vandesar right now, currently on a streak. Ascamatus on the Luna with a Sven as well.
Mask of Madness on a Luna is a pretty good way to go. It's a 2-star on top of it. Has a 2-star LC in the pocket and a 2-star LC out. That's where all the Legion Commanders ended up.
Yep. At this point in time, gonna push forward here. Ravage will connect on a lot of units here, but the Knight's still vigilant. Still no heals though, which is a bit of a problem. You really want heals with your Knight composition, but it's just not working out. The duel will come in and succeed, but this bomb will point blank so many units,
Oh
and
my
Luna
God.
takes 3 to the face and will go down.
That was a heck of a spread. Sometimes the Hobgun goes really wide, like we've talked about that before, but that was a really good hit from Glucose. So, all right, Luna takes the fall, not a problem. It's Ceremonials, I believe, at the bottom. No, it's Nirvana down at the bottom, and Vandesar loses that streak. We see some level 9s peppering the board now. Here at round 20, we'll take a quick look at Tab. As we said, Jollik is out. Net worth, very even, 197 to 202, but the health is a 40 spread with Momo on top, and Momo seems to be consistently on top round to round. That's impressive 4 rounds in.
Yeah, I mean, he's not playing Brawnies. there's no Kryptonite here either. Jollik is already gone. Unfortunately, his opening gambit did not work out. We're following Nervin here at 27 HP against Momoring. We'll see if Momoring will take a decent bit of damage here, but it looks like it will be secured. Ravage will connect on the side of Momoring, but Momoring's Ravage doesn't seem like it was efficient enough. Is collapsing inwards. Nervin pushing forward with a lot of his units, but Friendly Fire may change the tides of war. Gonna pop a lot of units here, and the juggernaut of burst damage is Hobgun, but it's not enough.
Just realized I've had kills this whole time up. There's the damage. All right. Nirvana will keep the health for now. Keeps the health at 8 against a 9 opponent of Momo.
Look at these HPs even out, actually. Now 55, 49, 49, 40. very close coming into round 21.
Vlad's? Yeah, it's got to be a Vlad's for Momo right there. Okay, Moonshard, Vlad's, Diffusal. Did I see a refresher on Luna? I did. That's a druid with a refresher. So,
Oh boy.
yeah, so it's kind of like when you're going voids, the voids don't affect the bear, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure they don't. So it's kind of
No, they don't.
anti-synergy working for Luna, but we'll stick with Nirvana, who does go up 9. It's only Vander. That's a lie. Vander and Luna's still at 8. So 9 units in, round 21. These are pretty much going to be your final comps for a bit.
Glucose will be fighting. I mean, Nervin will be fighting the Ghost of Glucose. Glucose again. The risk with running the 6 hunters, or at least trying to push for 6 hunters, or otherwise, is that there's so much squishy. I mean, Mirana just dies. He lifts into a Requiem as Serpent Wards are dropped as well, just protecting a little bit of units. You're gonna be trading out here, but all these hunters already collapsed, whereas it's just Drought Ranger left, and Drought Ranger just got recently nerfed. In fact, rooted, so that Murph doesn't even matter, as it's just the bear. And sorry, Enigma and an E6 will go down, as Nervin secures that win against Glucose.
Well, the clone of Glucose, at any rate, doesn't actually throw the damage over. Luna, though, like, we voiced our issues. Again, I keep coming back to Luna, but we voiced the concerns, right? Brawny, not Brawny, Brawny, not Brawny. Then, randomly, Voids at round 12. 10 rounds later, they've dropped 30 health, have the 3 Assassins 2 scaled, and are still continuing to drop. It just feels bad. Do they have double Medusa? What is
they
this?
have double Medusa. I think
Come
the
to Luna.
downside
Come
is,
to Luna this
I don't
round.
think Assassins are the greatest thing in the world, especially in this meta right now. I mean, 3 Assassins splash does not sound very good. Luna will be against Nervin here. I mean, the Void Spirit, Void nerfs as well, doesn't help any matters, make matters easier. Because right now, Requiem's gonna pop, the Slark is gonna die, and the Master Man is completely obliterated. The Stone Gazes perhaps will buy some time, but only really stops to deter the Serpent Wards and the pushback. The bears are still existing. The root comes out on his bear, on Luna's bear, and now her bear rather, as they push forward. Now Bubble Medusa, and it's just not enough. Requiem will face check the Anno along with Serpent Wards.
Double Medusa with Void sounds like a dream come true, but double 1-star Medusas with no real front line, and then like this random refresher bear that is not inheriting any bonuses of anything. I don't know, man. Like, this doesn't feel like a super clean comp from Luna, which is weird because top 3 in 3 rounds. Luna's done phenomenal, and then this last phase is just not doing it.
The problem is she's opted to Assassins with an Ix Assassin, which is, what are you doing here? It's too late in the game. You have no insects, so its only purpose is to give you the assassin buff, but for what? Unfortunately, not finding any Ember Spirits or not. In fact, all the assassins jump to the axe, so this Templar is dead for sure because of that dunk. Doesn't even need to dunk. The Slark, though, finally getting obliterated, and this is the problem. The Medusas have to fight with the bears, but the Ogre Magic gonna do a lot of damage along with the Commander. The Commander very tanky, gonna do a lot of damage. Gonna 3-shot this lone druid. Gonna 3-shot his bears as well. And the Medusas, they're gonna do as much damage as possible, but it's not enough. 12 damage to Luna. And again, her composition doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, and that is the issue.
Well, all right. As I said, like, within 10 rounds, plummets like 50 health. Time did not go kind to this comp here from Luna. I'm going to jump over to Cyrilix. We haven't really talked much about Cyrilix today, but he is down on the bottom of the ladder. Just hit Ceremonials for 17. So this is the second time that Cyrilix has actually run into the mages. It's not for Primordial or Summoners even anymore. It's this 5 magic. I don't really know what he's actually even missing. It looks like a Lich. Yeah, well, Ogre Mage. Finds it at the last moment. 6 magic fighting for their lives down here, Blue.
This shouldn't be that bad.
Absolutely. Right now, Luna, Cyrilix, a lot of lives to be lost here. Cyrilix at 9 HP. We'll see how he goes to Ceremonials. Ceremonials is pushing forward. Looks pretty good for the side of Cyrilix, but the Cono Blast, again, is not doing enough damage. It gets cancelled instantly by the Static Storm, and the Legion Commander goes to town. 2 shots the Razor, will probably 3-shot the Coddle. There it goes, and it's not even close. Cyrilix, the mages, they always struggle against these silences or these stuns. They don't catch a break.
I mean, you say they can't catch a break, but I say it's just smart gameplay from our opponents. You see a corner comp mage, you pick up that disruptor post haste, ladies and gentlemen. So Cyrilix is out. Jollik, oh my god, like Jollik was in this game. Do you remember that? 1 in 17
wow.
Jollik. Lasted
Roasted.
18 rounds, yeah, back in the day.
He's won a single round.
At round 24, it seems. We lose Cyrilix. Luna fighting for their lives here. And then Nirvana at, okay, look at this. 12-14, 15-15, and then our top two sitting at 27-39. It's evened out a good bit, and this is anybody's knockout round. So who do you want to watch?
It is a bit... Yeah, Luna, I'm following Luna right now because he's finally swapped out the Nyx Assassin for Faces Void and has a Sand King. Sand King stun is so good, especially in these long drawn out fights. We'll be against Ceremonials. Ceremonials will try and do as much damage here with the Knights. The Chrono Cube gonna land on so many units. The Slark is actually gonna pummel through the Disruptor, but the Disruptor is a mechanism. Get your baited Slark, but the Slark is uncontested. That's probably what he needs. The duel is gonna come out. The Legion Commander is gonna get stronger, but the Slark is as well. The Slark is going ham. He's getting faster. He's going Super Saiyan. He's gone Super Saiyan. He's got Ultra Instinct. In fact, he's picking off everything. But the Legion Commander says, "I will pick you off, nerd." As he kills you off, the Legion Commander gonna do a lot of damage. Eno gonna bail, but Meld Strike gonna be enough. Maybe stun him. No, it's not enough. But Eno survives.
Dang.
And Luna takes that. Vandasar goes down with the Night Strat.
Dang it. Who was I'm blanking on who the super powered guy was in Dragon Ball Super. You said Ultra Instinct. It's like, this Legion Commander is gonna be that person. But yeah, I failed. My nerd check is a little rusty today. I didn't expect Luna to cat through that. I really didn't. Vandersar Dota goes down at 6th. This leaves us into a top 5. Are we still
Glucose.
sticking to Luna, or are we going to Glucose?
I think we follow Glucose here because now he has to fight Momori, who has this disgusting Hunter backline with this 2-star axe in the front. These Voids, they're going to try and do as much damage as possible. The Drow gets hooked in, but that's really the lowest priority target to kill. The Void Spirit, in fact, goes down. It's the first assassin in the back trying to do as much damage as possible. Going to connect with the Ravage. The Ravage going to buy some time here, but the Stone Gaze as well going to repeat in kind. The Dunk comes out on the Necrophos, secures 1 kill, 1 for 1, but the axe gets enthralled. He gets stolen. This is a big disaster. The arrow's going to connect on only the Troll Warlord, but the bombs, they're killing everything in the back. The axe has no support. In fact, this enthralled axe going to not do enough because the Hopkin friendly fire is actually going to buy time, but the arrow going to connect on the Medusa. Medusa going to get traded, but there's not enough damage here, and just an E6 left means that Glucose was close, but no cigar, as bombs away from Momori.
That was a really cool axe steal, but the axe really didn't end up doing much for either side, to be honest. Got petrified by the Medusa originally, and then died, got enthralled, went the other way, killed a tombstone, and died. That was it. That was all of it. So Glucose is out. Bottom 4. This leaves us into our top 4 for the last round of the day with Momo leading by 2. Nirvana is going to be the next one up on the chop block. Has these warriors with a bit of a splash of a bit of everything. Will this be enough, Blue?
Nirvana versus Ceremonials for Nirvana fighting for survival at this point, running that sort of curious composition with warriors in the front line, but these knights might do some damage. In Commander Ravage gonna connect as well as Requiem. The Legion Commander is gonna heal up, deal some damage as well. Gonna pick up all these Serpent Wards in the back. A bit distracted, but the front line as well for the side of Nirvana is collapsing apart. It's just a Troll Warlord left. It's not gonna be enough, and it's unfortunately, it's just not good enough. Just too much damage.
But Luna's out.
And Nirvana will come out. And Luna, as you mentioned, is out. Momoring obliterate. Luna out to the next sunset. And just Momoring versus Ceremonials here. Knights versus Hunters. Are we actually going to see Hunters win for the first time this week in this lobby?
Yeah, it hasn't been a good stream for Hunters at all. I don't think we even saw them top place 4 in Group A at any rate. So
exactly.
This could be really good for Momo. Doesn't look like he's actually going to be transitioning into Voids. The Void nerfs just too much of a detriment to try to spec into them. So Hunters with Druids and Scaled. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Oh my god, the Disruptor instantly gets picked off. The Magnus will get repeated in kind. The The Warlock will also drop. The Legion Commander is trying to do as much damage, but he gets rooted. If the Legion Commander goes down before anything happens, it's gonna be too late. Soul Gaze gonna be expired, but the Legion Commander gets off. The Warlock buff, he's alive. They didn't kill him in time. What are you doing, Hunters? You're supposed to fix them down. Aren't you vigilant? No, you're not, because you're all gonna be dead. You can't be vigilant when you're dead. You get picked off one by one. The Lone Druid gonna get picked off as well. The Axe, the only one standing. And he was so close, and the Legion Commander died. That was his win to be had, but it was not the case.
that was a roller coaster and a half right there for the Legion Commander. I really thought they were out. Ooh, Bloodthorn! Are you going Bloodthorn? It's Bloodthorn or Heart. Even with the buff to Satanic, it's not worth picking up. And the Bloodthorn comes through here for Momo. Didn't quite see what Ceremonials picked up. He's still choosing. It's going to be a Vesture. Vesture for Ceremonials. Okay, the Rainbow Vesture. I did not notice they have double Ogre Cap. That's kind of disgusting. But top two, still waiting for a winner on these two. Could be it if Ceremonials hits hard enough. Luna's in the chat talking a little bit about what we saw from the flip-flops earlier here, Blue. The whole brawny, not brawny, brawny, not brawny, and just couldn't find anything that they liked. Unfortunately, as we saw, Luna did go out bottom 4 for the first time today. So good games overall, though, Luna. Well done. Well done.
Absolutely. Right now, Memorial versus Ceremonials. This is going to be the fight for his life. The Legion Commander has to get picked off here. In fact, Disruptor's going to get picked off. The duel going to come out here for Legion Commander. Legion Commander is Stone Gaze. This is the moment. This is the moment you have to buy time. The Hobkin actually might go down before Friendly Fire. In fact, not going to be the case. The Friendly Fire going to drop. So many units are going to start falling apart. The Dunk's going to come out. The Legion Commander gets popped with a Friendly Fire as well. And it's just the Dr. Falls and the Dazzle. And all of them gets cleared. And the Dunk hits the nail in the coffin as Ceremonials drop to 9 HP.
Wait. So did Momo and that Bloodthorn actually turn the tide there? It was Bloodthorn versus Vesture. Vesture did not look like it really did much of anything. I'm betting Ceremonials actually ran out of time and just got it auto-assigned to him. But Momo's Bloodthorn on that drought doesn't look like it actually did a big impact. But that was quite the sweep. That was a huge sweep for Momo.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling about this.
You're
This
just reading
point-
chat, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, Memorial versus Ceremonials here, another fight will approach. Now, again, the blood bounce instantly. The Warlock is killed. Disruptor Silence going to try and buy some time, but the Marauders are going to fire both arrows. Going to connect both on the Legion Commander and the Chain Stun. It's just trying to shut down this Legion Commander, but she's about to awaken. The Dragon's about to awaken, but she gets silenced. Another arrow connects. Another arrow connects. She's not silence, though. Memorial, he's shut down. What happened to your damage output? Where'd it go? Well, I can't believe this. The Legion Commander just not going to die. It's just not enough. The Lone Druid is going to be following suit. The Venture, the Tyrant, going to proc for the Omni Knight, but I don't think that's really going to matter at this point because it's just Marana left. Memorial is unable to really pull out the magic he did in the previous round. Ceremonials will take that win. First lobby we've seen him win on the first lobby, on lobby A.
Lobby A, first win for Ceremonials. We saw him in the previous round. Did well enough to get enough points to come here into round 4 for Group A. But Momo feels like if he's not first, he's last. Or second, I guess, in this point. But doesn't clutch the first. So not entirely too sure how the rankings will shift out of this one because Luna did place just at that 4th and was leading coming into this one. But Momo was up there. I'm not convinced Ceremonials or Nirvana can climb too significantly from the placements, but we'll have to check in with the scoreboard just before we do end off on the stream. Let's take a quick look elsewhere, though, as just one last look at the 10 Alliance win there from Ceremonials and that Legion Commander. But we will look around, see what other parties are still left, if any, and if we can get into them real quick here. So I see none. I don't see any lobbies, so that actually might be it for us today here. It's going to be close. It's going to be close who takes the lead in week 4. It really is.
We'll check the scoreboard eventually once it is completed. But at the moment, it'll be interesting because I believe Ceremonials just came into the lobby. Getting first place might have overtook somebody,
Well,
but
here's the scoreboard
Yeah.
from before. And the scoreboard before was apparently not Luna. I thought Luna was first for some reason. It was Jollik, and Jollik went out last, so they're not gonna do
Yeah.
much here. Momo will do real well. Nervin, Ceremonials were actually all the top 3, and Momo and Ceremonials should go up a significant amount of points.
The
into this.
thing is, I think it depends on the point difference. I believe there should be a bigger. I think first and second have more than a 2-point difference. So I think, in fact, Ceremonials will be first, followed by Momoring here.
Should be.
Nirvana did not place higher than Momoring, I believe. So Nirvana will not secure.
And Luna went out in
third-
fourth, so
Yes. So yeah. So Nirvana not even close there, unfortunately. But we'll see once the scores update. Once the admins let us know how it all goes about. But it is, I believe, quite close.
Momo. Not like
this. Exactly. If
Sorry,
Momoring
buddy.
had in fact, if Momoring did win that lobby, he would have guaranteed first place. But now it's a bit more unsure between first place and second place. I'm trying to remember how many points you're supposed to get, but I'm fairly certain Ceremonials did actually manage to steal first place. Besides the fact that we literally didn't see him in lobby 1 at all, pretty much ever, I believe, until that last lobby. So impressive stuff.
I'm clearing my pings in Discord so I can get us all the entirety of the of the players. Sorry, the majority of the players' league points to date. Because now we're 4 weeks in. I unfortunately don't have the image from last week. I have no idea where the hell I put it, but I can't find it. So, yeah, we're going to be at the mercy of the admins because I just don't remember who had what. Why did I get pinged in Group B? Is Group B still going? No, that can't be right.
No. I believe Group B, we're trying to get the scoreboard sorted for the final lobby. Just trying to get it officialized.
Yep.
Also, I think Zex just asked in the wrong lobby. So
Yeah, well,
so-
the Madmens are going to work their magic. It's a pretty
Yep.
good system we got here. It's not instantaneous. You're never going to get that. But the Underlords Pro guys behind the scenes, Snap, Asian, Zex, just to name a few of them, right? These guys have a
Exactly.
really good system. And we just chewed through 4 rounds in 3 hours and I think like 17 minutes. Damn. Talk
Exactly.
about efficiency, right? Talk about efficiency. We have our match 4 results. So for the week, our number 1, I think you said it would be Ceremonials, right?
Yeah, drum roll.
Dun, dun, dun,
We'll see.
dun. Ceremonials ekes it out
Yep.
from Momo by 1 point.
Exactly. By exactly 1 point. So I was right. So it was, in fact, so first place, difference between first place and second place was literally, I believe, 1 point in that case. Or no, sorry, it was 3 points. Right? Yeah, no, it's a difference by 3 points. So Ceremonials ekes it out by literally 3 points. Difference between first and second place. Momoring so close. Nirvana securing third. Nirvana securing third, I should say. Did go third place, so securing that. No way. From the Group B lobby, securing first place meant he goes in fourth. Surprise. Jollik stays at fifth, actually. Even with an 8th place finish, just a really solid first 3 rounds, making securing that 5th place. Past 376, I believe, from the second lobby as well, securing that 6th place position. Luna, of course, 7th. Unfortunately, pushed down by all of these top winners. And then for our 8th place for this week, we have Smokegun, who is actually pretty consistent throughout all his lobbies, in fact.
I also want to do a special shout out to Ed Wiener. Now up to 17th. He was top 23 when we last talked to him. Got 3rd place in that last match. And coming up to 17th for the week. So good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Overall, everyone, it was really good games. I would say, of course, we had a few drops, like Jollik getting 8th by a large margin in that last round. It happens, right? It happens.
Yeah.
I am being told we do not have a graphic for our total league points, and apparently I don't have a website to bring it up either. So we are going to release that information when we can in the Discord. Obviously, you guys are all part of the Discord, so it is solid, 100% done information. We just cannot display it. So it's just a little bit of a tech issue on our part because somebody's missing from the day, which is fine. It's all good. Just don't get to see it on stream. But everything is tallied. I believe, Blue, you said finals next week, next Saturday?
I believe so, yes. I believe this is the final qualifying week. So now it is time for the finals next week, and that's going to be interesting to see.
So yeah, we will probably have, I think, what, top 32 or top 24. I don't know what the rules are here.
We will have top 32, I believe,
Mhm.
for league points. So we'll see. I'm not sure we're see how that's going.
Okay. So obviously the details will be released in the Discord. Obviously you're all part of the Discord, and that will be that. So thank you again to all the players. Big thank yous to the admins keeping this boat going. Blue as well, coming back out of your break, your Luma catching. So thank you for spending the time with me today, buddy. Where can people find you out there?
People can find me, of course, at twitch.tv/Blue Sapphire. I usually, at the moment, I stream a lot of Temtem, but I
lot.
play
Like a
Dota
lot.
Underlords a lot. Yeah, a lot. I would play Variety if I had more time, but this week it's just whatever I can get my hands on, basically, right? But yeah, if you guys want to join me there, feel free to do so. But yeah, again, just a fun tournament.
Yeah, it was a good day. I've been Forecourt Jester. You can find me out there, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Forecourt Jester, and of course us here at Underlords Pro, at Underlords Pro, our Discord, and I think we have a YouTube, but don't quote me. No, we have a Facebook. That's it. So you can find us there as well. Next week, top 32 finals. Be there or be there, wherever. Thanks for joining us today. We are done. We're throwing out a raid to somebody, so stick around for more Dota Underlords. And of course, Link's Back Alley Brawl is later today as well. So, GG, well played. See you next week. Congratulations. GG.